everybody. Hello on this Thursday, September the 5th, 2024, and we are live.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
Maybe I should start every show out that way.
Yeah.
And we are live. All right. Live and local. We're going to talk about St. Louis things.
What's up, St. Louis?
Because that's what we do. Talk about St. Louis things, live and local. We're not no syndicated program. Do you care what's going on in Phoenix?
Nah.
No.
But if you are listening in another city,
We
are
like
also global. Do not turn us off right now.
Because we care.
How's everybody doing? Good?
Great, man.
Good. Feeling good. Short week.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning, how next week is going to feel extra long for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think next week we'll be a little depressed. That's okay. Nice to be with y'all.
Nice to be with you.
Hey.
Do you guys want good stuff or
Yeah.
bad stuff first?
Let's
I
go.
don't know.
Let's get the good stuff out of the way so we can be miserable for the rest of the show.
Okay, you want to do that?
Yep.
Let's get the good stuff out of the way so we can go back to our natural habitat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, talking about bad stuff.
Yeah.
Or should I just go right with the bad? No, you know what?
No, save
Go
it.
good.
What are you doing?
Yeah, save the...
No, because that story I told you in the kitchen earlier,
Yeah.
that's
the
coming
bad?
up. I mean, that's pretty bad.
I can't
That's
wait to know.
the worst, I'd say. He didn't finish it. He baited me.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh man, I got this story," and he told me about 30% of it, and I was like, "No,
Nah,
what about
yeah.
this? What about this?"
No,
And he's like, "You'll hear
saving
later."
Saving it.
Conserve.
How fun would you say the state of Missouri is?
Oh
Scale
man,
of what?
Are we a fun state?
yeah, dude.
Heck yeah, we are.
All right, think about it. We went state park hiking, so we got all these state parks and everything. We got Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, Six Flags over here.
A train museum.
But are we
got it.
more fun than other
Are
states?
we a top 10 fun state? Are we a bottom 10? Are we a
We're
middle
definitely
of
a
the pack?
bottom.
You think we're a bottom?
Yeah, I do.
No,
Probably
I think
power
we're a
bottom.
top.
We're power bottom, but we are a bottom.
Guys, we've got Branson.
Yeah, we got Branson.
big
We're
deal.
top.
You guys just hate fun. You know what?
No, I
I've
like
figured
fun.
it out. This week is confirmed. You two hate fun.
Yep.
Me?
No, the two that hate every theme
The
park.
Southern Illinois. Hey, we're from
Branson.
Illinois,
I haven't
dude.
said a word about
Where's
Branson.
Illinois on this list?
Yeah,
is the
Rafe
real
has not
question.
said a word.
Well, I'm just saying.
Projecting.
I'm just saying, when I want to have fun, I get out of the state of
You're not
Missouri.
wrong.
So he said it.
I'd say it. You're not wrong.
I live here. I want to have my fun somewhere else. So I go away from Missouri to have that fun.
Okay. Well,
That's
maybe
my
it's 'cause you
logic.
live
I can
here.
see that.
That's what, yeah.
I just have to factor in. It's probably the most deregulated state. So it depends on what you just. If you think shooting tannerite is fun, then we're up there.
We got
Fun.
that.
We up there.
Done that.
So we've got
I've
all
done
that,
that.
plus we got theme park cities.
Yeah,
Branson's
and we
just
have
a theme park.
Bass
Everybody's got
Pro.
theme park city, though, dude.
Anybody can open a
Everybody's
zoo.
got Bass
We
Pro.
learned that. Jump crazy.
Springfield.
So you could just open your. If you think going to a highly deregulated zoo that somebody just built with their buddy Dale is fun, then we're gonna.
We got all the fun here.
We gonna be up there.
You think every state's got theme parks? See, and that's where
No, but
you're spoiled.
other states have things that are better. Like the theme parks in other states are better. My God, your beloved Disney is in Florida and in California.
Yeah,
we
but
don't have Disney in this state.
We're not talking about California.
He's from
before.
here.
We're talking about
I'll
Missouri.
tell
And
you-
what we do have, and what we do have is more than Kansas and
I'll tell you,
Iowa and
we're not
Idaho.
number
and,
one.
Are we number 10?
And this was done by a reputable company. And listen, I'm seeing the story everywhere. Every
That means it's really good or really bad for us.
so they based it on things like number of attractions, weather, restaurants per capita,
Hookups.
golf courses, movie theaters, arcades, skiing facilities.
Yeah, we call it.
Shoreline mileage, number of state fairs and events per capita,
Okay.
access to national parks,
Events
the
and shoreline.
Yep,
the
we've
average
got all
beer and
the
wine
landing.
price, movie costs, nightlife options per capita, access to bars, time of last call,
Isn't there some
music festivals per capita.
Isn't there some hacky fact about
Redneck Riviera.
Lake of the Ozarks having more
shoreline than California.
than something? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're
got
ticking
that
a lot of
covered.
those boxes. If
You
you're-
think that's a hokey fact? Oh, that's true.
I'm just saying, it's a little. Come on now. Okay.
Okay.
That's a cool thing to say. My God.
I mean, it's something to hang
You know
our
what?
hats on.
I will. Actually, I'm going to hang my hat. You're right. You're right, Moon. Because if you're in California, the coastline, you get the sunsets. If you're in Florida, you can get the sunsets and the sunrises with the coastline. And here in the state of Missouri, with Lake of the Ozarks, you can get wherever the sun is, no matter what time of day it is, you can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like you get it going on down in the sunset, depending on if you're on Osage Beach or if you're at, what's it called, Margaritaville?
I think
the sunrise.
everywhere gets a sunset.
No, I know, but I'm saying on the water. You can see it from the water.
Okay.
All right?
Give me your number one.
if you're in that
What's
water,
the
you're
number
also
one
getting
most fun
gonorrhea.
state?
Number one,
If you think gonorrhea is fun, yes.
then Lake of the Ozarks.
Like the
is for you.
Ozarks.
Number
for
one
you.
most fun state, huh?
My guess is Nevada.
Nevada is number 3.
I'm going to say California.
Is number 2.
Then Florida.
That's number 1.
Look at us. Hey, who knows fun in this room?
Believe it or not, Florida is your number 1 most fun state in America.
It's a dramatic fall
exciting.
after 3rd or 4th place, I'm assuming, to then like
Yeah.
kind of a bunch of
Yeah.
states. And I
Rhode
bet
Island, number 4, weirdly enough.
No, Rhode Island's at the bottom end.
Colorado, because
Colorado didn't. I know. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
Texas.
Colorado's 5th.
yeah, dang
Vermont.
right.
So,
See, Colorado's one of my tops.
Texas 7.
Ohio.
Ohio no.
Arizona,
Oh, Michigan, duh.
Michigan no.
What?
Show me Virginia.
Arizona,
No.
New Orleans.
No.
I mean Louisiana.
Louisiana's 10th.
Cool.
Alabama.
No.
Yeah,
Not on the list.
New York is.
don't you even say
4th.
Mississippi?
New York's 4th.
Congratulations, Illinois, number 6.
Nice.
Our people.
Yeah. Shout out to Illinois.
We know fun.
Yeah. I drove past all those cornfields.
Land of fun. That's the
Fun, baby,
slogan.
fun. Illinois, Texas, Washington, Minnesota, Louisiana. That's your top
Minnesota.
10.
Did not think Minnesota would land in the top 10.
Mall of America
Yeah,
probably
lakes.
really pops
man.
it up.
Lando Lakes.
Hubbard
Butter.
Corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hubbard Corporate.
Minneapolis gets I mean, it's been winning all sorts of these types of lists and all that for a really great place.
Man, I got to hit up that Minnesota State Fair.
Minnesota State Fair.
Apparently, that's like the end-all, be-all when it comes to state fair food.
Really?
And, oh, yeah.
I've never heard about this.
The Minnesota State Fair. If you've been, you know.
Let me file that under things I think you'll never actually do.
Yeah. We have a list.
Yeah. Also, right, go on a submarine.
Yep.
Submarine.
Noted.
You used to be able to do a submarine in the Mall of America or in the.
You could do one at Disneyland,
Maybe
right?
that was the Edmonton Mall.
Going to a submarine?
Yeah, they have this. They used to have dolphins in it when we first started playing there because they have like venues in there. And they used
Inside the mall?
The inside the mall. What's that mall called? The Edmonton one. It's bigger than the Mall of America. It's a great North American.
Edmonton
Mega Mall.
in Canada?
Yeah, yeah. Is it the Mega Mall? Is that what it's called?
It's Minnesota's big-ass mall.
I need to
No,
get
no,
to
the-
these big malls.
Minnesota
No,
is the
that's
Mall
the Mall
of
of
America.
America in Edmonton.
The one that's in Edmonton is bigger, and it used to have dolphins in this whole water thing that would go, in basically the hall, like the corridors, and then they got rid of the dolphins because I think that was a bad idea. And then they had
People
fish.
are
but-
crying.
Yeah, but they had this little submarine thing that you could get in, and it would kind of take you through. And look, you're underwater with fish
I don't like it.
in the mall.
All right, the least fun states. West Virginia, congratulations. Least fun state in America.
Okay.
Mississippi.
And listen, of course, not everybody's idea of fun is the same, but that said, West Virginia seems like a hard sell across the board.
I think they get a bad rep because of the people, right? The people that are inbred. What are they called?
Oh.
The wonderful world of the wild whites or whatever.
Appalachia folk.
The Appalachian
Missouri?
people.
Appalachians.
I
Also,
don't think all Appalachian folk are inbred, but yeah.
yeah, there's like that famous family.
What a generalization.
Also, the Appalachian Mountains. Let me know if you've been seeing this in your TikTok feed because I've been seeing a lot of like mystery in the mountains. Like if you heard something, no, you don't. Like if you
Mystery in the mountains?
If you hear your name, no, you didn't. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird Sasquatch and aliens and things coming up in my feed on TikTok.
Only in the Appalachian?
Yes, and they're talking about like portals.
Are you talking about the most inbred family in America? I believe they
The
are
whites.
from. No.
No.
There is another family.
Yeah, the one that barks.
There's like a documentary about these people.
Yeah, the one that barks.
yeah.
Yeah, I
barks.
feel bad.
What?
You go on a deep dive in soft white underbelly, and it could really ruin your day.
What? Scott, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know their name.
Just search barking guy from West
Oh,
Virginia.
yeah.
Because there was a documentary, right?
West Virginia barking family. The Whitakers.
The Whitakers.
Whitakers, yeah.
That's it.
They're like generationally inbred.
Yes.
I mean, if you look up the Whitakers of West Virginia, I mean, headline New York Post, meet the Whitakers inside America's most inbred family that speaks and grunts.
Yeah.
Breakfast with the Whitakers.
Might be easier.
Yeah, there's one of them that just barks like a dog.
I know. It breaks my heart.
And he seems like a sweet soul because I've watched this one video of a guy getting a tour of their property, and the barking guy's the one that does the tour, of course. And
Oh, no way.
it just seems
dude.
so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they really live in a town called Odd, West Virginia? No way.
Yeah, the rural mountain town of Odd, West Virginia, which boasts an infamously tight-knit population of around 779 people.
Yeah.
They're very protective of this family.
I know
They are. That was
Yeah,
one
I
thing.
love
They
that.
don't want outsiders coming in to gawk.
That was one of the things that was kind of sweet about it, was that the community is very, they take care of them.
That's
And
nice.
protective of them and them not being exploited.
Everybody knows
'Cause
everybody.
even the director of the Soft White Underbelly series was pretty, I thought, handled it well. Was pretty respectful. Didn't try to, I mean, he documented what he was seeing, but he didn't try to,
Just try to make fun of them.
not too much.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
hope-
hard not to. It's hard not to, like, witness what you're witnessing.
And don't say didn't want to exploit them because you're putting them on
yeah,
camera.
he did exploit them.
Exploiting them.
I'm saying, like, he didn't,
It's an interesting case.
did it in
to-
the best way you possibly can, I
it's
would
an
say.
interesting case to document for sure. I
Yeah,
mean,
the ethnography of it's
Yeah,
incredible.
you can't crash on these people. They didn't choose to be alive. They're still people. You know what I'm saying? Like they're people.
Yeah.
They're choosing to sleep with their family members. That is a choice.
It is good looking.
All of them, or the
There's
OGs?
a lot of them. There's a lot of it. There's like, I think it's generational, which is interesting.
Inside America's most inbred family, members of West Virginia's Whitakers family would bark at people and only communicate through grunts while living in squalor overrun with animals.
I'm just saying the PR campaign for West Virginia, for a Midwesterner, when I'm being promoted, is strange. Like I would love to, I've driven through West Virginia, like on my way to Virginia before, and it was great.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But you never hear anything like, it's always the bad, right? We're always like obsessed with the negative or the things that are strange in quotes.
Yeah, nothing's really going on there.
Like there's coal mines and they talk about like the communities being more poor. I'm sure there's very rich communities that never get highlighted, but I'm just saying, what's up with that?
Well,
like, do they
are
want to
the
keep us
least
out?
fun state.
And like
in
this,
America.
more negativity for West Virginia.
I
It's
had one of the
terrible.
greatest sandwiches in my entire life in West Virginia.
You did?
Yeah, a place called Little John's or something.
Inbreeders?
Would you eat a sandwich made by a member of the Whitaker family?
I don't think so. I was just watching them cook breakfast, and no.
No.
It's a no, from me.
No.
It's because the pans, the
They're behind the counter like, I'll have mustard. Hep. No, mustard. Hep, hep. Mustard, please. Hep, hep, hep. Okay.
Well,
You know,
that
just put whatever you want on it.
that documentary that showed us, like, the stuff from the Teflon pans is all up in your blood. Their Teflon pan had no Teflon left.
Oh, man, all the Teflon's gone.
It's
Oh
all
man,
scraped
Teflon
off.
poisoning's on the rise.
That's what I'm saying. Like they were cooking breakfast with a metal spatula, just scraping the stuff into the sausage.
Sweet people.
Man.
I wish they would
see.
stop breeding with each other just to, like, I don't know.
There's a family tree one
Just
right
wish it
above
would
there. I
stop.
kind of want to see what that chart says.
Here's
Family
a
Tree
little
Explained.
audio.
This is America's most inbred family, a total of 15 siblings that share the same parents who were first cousins. These are the Whitakers. Ray, one of the brothers, only communicates through barking and grunting. His older sister Lorraine is nearly always silent and unable to formulate words. There's their younger nephew Timmy and their third sibling named Betty, who takes care of them all and is the only one out of the four that's able to communicate. But this video posted by Mark Liotta, who goes under Soft White Underbelly, raised more questions as Betty revealed she was one of 15 siblings, including Ray and Lorraine. And when asked about her family's apparent condition, she said she had no idea what could have caused it.
But the mental disorder that Ray has, what is that from?
I don't know what caused.
Due to the effects of inbreeding, they have eyes that look in different directions and use barking and screaming as a form of communication. This
Yeah.
Not
Wow.
loving the music they laid under that.
Ominous.
Yeah, it's
made
pretty
it.
ominous.
Look at this cat. This is where it all went wrong right here. About 18
1887.
1890 something, when Sarah and Henry, they just said, yeah, to hell with this. It's just you and me. And then they made 5 folks.
Yeah.
6 folks.
Wait, were they twins together?
No, but they were siblings. Yeah, they were.
No, were they siblings?
These two? Yeah, this was he was one of the twins born
It
to
looks like Sarah was from
Mary
outside.
and Samuel.
Right. So what?
Sarah was from outside.
If you look there, it looks like 2 twins married cousins.
Yeah.
So you have identical DNA on one side, and then those cousins also.
So if you look at the
cousins
family
from that batch,
if you
also
look at the family
procreate.
tree,
These two are
John and Ada got together. I think they're cousins, and then they had kids,
Right.
and then their kids had kids with another set of cousins.
The genome of the Whitakers.
John Emery Whitaker,
Yeah, it's a
1913
very
to
complicated family
1982.
tree.
Henry and John were twins.
But also not complicated because they're all family.
Yeah.
and they both procreated with first cousins.
Yeah.
So now you have a bloodline that is 2 identical DNAs with first cousin DNA. And then that kept going. As you go down, at least one cousin kept the dream alive until you get to 15. There it is.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look
wild.
at that. Whoa.
So it's
my
like
grandpa.
it happened it's like generational.
West Virginia.
West Virginia,
Mountain
take me
Mama.
home.
One
And my
mama.
wife.
70 hot cousins. Let's be honest.
West
When you were
Virginia.
growing up, did you have a hot cousin that you're like, damn?
Scott.
Wish we were
Honestly,
related?
I
I
only
could
had
say
one
no.
boy cousin on my side. My dad's side was Josh. He was cute. We all loved him.
Honestly, I could say I'm not attracted to any of my cousins.
Okay,
Or never was.
Scott's a good looking guy.
I had a pretty hot second cousin.
I used to give my cousin Josh crap because all of his girlfriends looked like all of us because we all have Calvin eyes, so all my cousins and I look the same on that side of the family, and we would always give him crap. We're like, Josh, like, here comes another one that looks like our family. Like, he was attracted to
Yeah.
girls that looked like us.
Scott, you got hot cousins?
I got a few. Yeah. All dudes.
Yeah. All right.
No, I got some stunners in my family.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I love
dated
that
them
for
all.
you. Yeah,
They're very
cool.
good. But West Virginia does have something really cool no other state has.
What's that?
World's largest teapot.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm
You can actually
surprised.
see that.
Hey, Mississippi
Surprised they're on last place.
Mississippi has to be a bottom 5, right?
That's a second to last place.
Okay, for sure. Mississippi.
West Virginia, Mississippi, Delaware, Rhode Island, Arkansas, Vermont, Connecticut, New
Arkansas?
Hampshire, Kentucky, and North Dakota. Those are the bottom 10.
I'm sorry, did you already say where Missouri ranked?
I did not.
Oh,
15.
go on.
No, we're 17th, and I think that's
All
okay.
right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, bro.
I think that's all right.
Illinois tips its hat to that.
This isn't even anything that we're trying to compete for.
No,
We've still got
it just
top
We're
hats.
not trying for this.
This
Imagine
is
if we
for
tried.
people who don't care about the outdoors, who like this one.
But outdoors, that's only part of it, Scott.
I know. But I'm saying that's people aren't thinking of that.
I also don't think I love Missouri. It's great, but I don't think it would be top 10 outdoor states either.
No, yeah, it's about 17th.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking Arkansas.
Right?
Well, no, 17th
Yeah,
for
man.
fun.
I love it. I freaking love it. I was in it, I mean, our family's constantly outside. That's our thing. But it's about 17th. I think they got this right.
Yeah, but there's a part of the year where being outside sucks. Florida.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Florida, pretty much all year round, you're good.
But see, I think
California, pretty much all year round, you're good.
Florida has so much
California
humidity
wins.
and rain every day, and
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Florida summer sucks.
Yeah,
though.
but you're outside, though.
What? Yeah,
Florida winter rips.
Yeah, Florida winter is awesome. But Florida, when you go do a warp tour in Florida, and
Especially
Okay,
hurricanes.
but at
You
least
don't
there's
wanna be
a
there.
part of the state. At any time, there's a part of the state that's good. That's okay to be in.
okay, maybe the water.
I love that our.
Maybe you're in the water. If it's August.
Listen, I'm defending the state that I'm going to.
I know.
to
You're setting us
retire.
up here.
Oh, I know a lot of people live down in Florida, and I asked them, like, how do you do this? And they said, oh, we just don't go outside in the summer. It's just like Minneapolis in the winter. We just don't do outdoor things for a couple months.
Well,
but
you know
that's
what?
fine.
You know why we get all the stories out of Florida? You know, Florida man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why that's a thing? It's twofold.
Sunshine law, right?
Two
It's
reasons.
the water.
One is they're always outside
Yep.
because it's hot.
Because of the weather, they're always outside.
And two, there's like some sort of state law where everything has to be public.
Yeah, sunshine laws.
No.
But a lot of it plays into weather's decent, people are outside,
Getting
and when
crazy.
people are outside, they get crazy.
They do weird
That's why
things.
you don't hear a lot.
I also think it is like there's a lot of drugs. that start in Florida before they.
That's true.
They're getting the uncut.
Oh, you're
Florida
saying
gets
it's
a little
landed?
taste before.
Florida gets a little uncut, ain't been stepped on yet, and they go a little buck wild, and then they step all over it, and it goes to the rest of us.
Dude, it's amazing to watch the changes in weather and how it affects crime. Like, we've had days in St. Louis that the news will make a big deal about, like, a record low for murders on this day, December 1st, or we'll say October 1st. And it's because it was extremely cold that day. So anybody that was planning on doing anything was like, you know what, we'll wait till it gets a little warmer.
Nicer weather. Yeah, up north in Minnesota in the middle of January, not much going on.
Yeah, nobody's doing a drive-by on a snowmobile, dude.
No.
That's for Alaska.
No, but all right, Missouri's number 17. We were 22nd when it came to entertainment and recreation, and 15th in nightlife. 15th in nightlife.
Restaurants.
A lot of bars.
Yeah, access to
Yeah.
bars, movie costs, average beer and wine price, time of last call, casinos, performing arts theaters per capita.
Do we close earlier than most states? Like most of our restaurants and stuff?
Do we close earlier?
Yeah.
No, that's a great question.
I don't know.
And I feel like that's changed so much over the last couple of years. And I wonder how Missouri, the pace of our change has compared to other people's change. Because remember, I mean, it was what, 15 years ago, we still had everybody competing to be 24 hours. Every McDonald's was 24 hours. Everything was 24 hours.
Well, I think since COVID, to be honest with you.
Well, but that changed before COVID. Remember, like the 24-hour fad started like really tucking itself
They also
out.
couldn't get workers.
Yeah, maybe
You got
I
to
guess
staff all that.
That's what started
You got to
it.
staff all those hours. Yeah, I remember the McDonald's I worked at because, when I was in the service back in
Thank you, man.
95, 96. Yeah, thank you, Scott.
24 hours?
Wow.
It was 24 hours.
Wow, so it started back in the 90s.
Yeah, it's a 24-hour McDonald's. Hey, if I got a hankering for a cheeseburger at 2:30, somebody's at the drive-thru. You'd close the inside, but the drive-thru would be open.
Right.
That was the standard.
It was the
For
standard.
probably 15, maybe 20 years, I guess. I mean, it started well before 2020, closing that kind of stuff down. 2020.
Now I know, like coming home from
Drastic.
gigs sometimes, late at night on a Friday or Saturday, I'm like, it's got to have something to eat. There's nothing open. All right, fine. I'll eat what's at home. Boring. There is a scam alert to tell you local people about. Tell you locals about. And this is coming from the Lake St. Louis Police. Scam alert: lost or injured pet scams. Have you heard about this?
No.
Scammers making fake posts of injured animals looking for the owners.
Oh, no, and they put a QR code?
They ask you to share posts, then edit the post with malicious links. And it's made to look like your friend shared it, so it must be legit.
Interesting.
I wonder what the thought process is for people that do things like this. They just want to hurt people?
Creativity, that's
Oh,
for sure.
dude, my
These are
wife got a
creative things.
crazy scam email yesterday.
Really? I just don't get it. I'm like, what is the decision making where you go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to really mess some people's days up by turning the blade just a little bit more on a very emotional issue already. Like an injured animal, that gets everybody, right? You like helping animals.
Yeah.
You just want to, I share posts from shelters all the time when they're in need and whatnot. And when people lose their pets, I mean, we share it from our show account, Sucks.
Scammers pretending to have injured animals and asking for money up front for treatment.
People that are willing to steal from other people. It doesn't matter how they're going to do it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
once,
this one
once
is-
you cross that line, you're
Psychopaths.
You're on the other side.
So this one came over to my wife yesterday as a legit email, and it says, Amelia Rizzuto, I know visiting, and it has our address. Would be a more effective way to reach if you don't cooperate. Look familiar? And it's a little picture of the Google Maps street view of the house.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Wow, that's so
Did you report
threatening.
it?
Well, I'll read this to you.
Okay.
It says, I suggest you read this message carefully, take a minute to relax, breathe, and really dig into it. Because we're about to discuss a deal between you and me. And I don't play games. You don't know anything about me, whereas I know a lot about you. And right now, you're thinking, how, correct? This is all, by the way, this is sent to my wife.
Via email or text?
Email. This is an email. Well, you've been treading on thin ice with your browsing habits, scrolling through those filthy videos and clicking on links, stumbling upon some not-so-safe sites.
Amelia.
I actually installed a spyware called Pegasus on an app you frequently use. Pegasus is a spyware that is designed to be covertly and remotely installed on mobile phones running iOS and Android. While you're watching videos, your device started operating as a remote protocol which provided me complete control over your device. I could look at everything on your screen, switch on your camera and mic, and you wouldn't even notice. Oh, and I got access to all your emails, contacts, and social media accounts, too. What have I done? Been keeping tabs on your pathetic existence for a while now. It's simply your hard luck that I stumbled across your bad deeds. I invested in more days than I should have investigating into your data. Extracted quite a bit of juicy info from your system, and I've seen it all. Yeah. I've got footage of you doing embarrassing things in your room. Nice setup, by the way. I then developed videos and screenshots where on one side of the screen, there's the videos you had been watching, and on the other half is your vacant face. With a simple click, I could send the info to all your contacts. Then it says, what should you do? I see you're getting anxious. But let's get real. Genuinely, I'm ready to wipe the slate clean and let you move on with your daily life and forget I ever existed. I'm about to give you two alternatives. Either turn a deaf ear to this warning, bad for you, or pay me a small amount to finish the topic for life. Let's explore these two options in more depth. First option, you turn a deaf ear to my email message. You should know what's gonna happen if you opt for this path. Your video will be sent to your contacts. The video is lit.
Damn.
It's cool.
And I can't even fathom the humiliation you'll face when your colleagues, friends, and fam check it out. But hey, that's life, ain't it?
This is hot.
Don't be playing the victim here.
They're like, we got a video of your husband eating a bowl of spaghetti in bed with no shirt on. You're like, whoa.
Don't send that out. No. We got to pay whatever ransom. Otherwise, your choice is to pay me and be confidential about it. We'll call it my confidentiality fee. Now, let's see what happens when you choose this path. Your secret will remain private. I will wipe everything clean once you come through with the payment. You'll transfer the payment by Bitcoin only. Pay attention. I'm telling you straight. We got to make a deal.
This is too long, dude. Like, just get to
Also,
the damn point.
I want you to know I'm coming at you with good intentions. I stand by my promises.
That's
Why
crazy.
do you talk like a Dennis Hopper character from a movie then? The entire tone of the email is like, listen up, hotshot. Pop quiz. Who saw you joeing? Me, that's who. And bad news. It's just like the whole thing sounds like a character.
That did sound like Dennis Hopper. from
It's
Speed.
$2,000. So $2,000, and they give the Bitcoin address to send the stuff to. There's even a QR code you can scan.
That's convenient.
Once you pay up, you'll sleep like a baby. I keep my word. And of course, you got 1 day to sort this out.
You have 24 hours.
Too late. This email took too long to read. It's already tomorrow.
And they say they finish it up. Honestly, those online tips about covering your camera aren't as useless as they seem. Don't dwell on it. Take it as a little lesson. Keep your guard up in the future.
Can we mess with this person?
They're doing you a favor.
So my wife gets this. She gets this email yesterday, and quick search is like, this is exact. People are getting this.
Right.
Like, people all over the world are getting that. It's obviously a phishing scam. But when you see a little piece of the Google Street View of your house, you go, oh man, that's. But a quick search on the interwebs shows that this is exactly the verbatim going out to other people. So it's just delete and report.
And we got tape on all of our cameras anyway, so don't you worry about it.
And report, unless my wife really is going to naughty websites.
Which is kind of
hot.
I know, I'm kind of into that.
You responded. You're like, hey, could you forward me that? And you're like,
Give me those sites.
pop quiz. What's she into? I won't tell anyone. Just tell me.
Here's the
What's she
Bitcoin.
been peeping on the web?
Yeah, I want to know.
Also, do you for real have that spaghetti video?
Yeah.
Could you please delete it?
Here's $2,000.
Listen, I was watching NASCAR on the TV. There were no cameras.
How much? I wonder. What were they asking? Like
$2,000.
$2,000. $2,000 in
$2,000 in
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
Maybe you wait a day, Bitcoin goes down a little bit. You know, you got to really
Get a deal.
got to play your hour.
Well,
right there.
and she, you know, my wife forwarded me this email, and I see the picture of the street view, the Google Street View, which I know what that looks like. We don't have the tree. We don't even have a tree that's there, like in the picture. Like it's not. So I knew, because your heart starts going, oh my God, they got a picture of my house. They know my wife's name. Like, oh, that tree's not even there. So it's obviously.
It's a street view from
It's a street
05.
view from who knows when. Yeah, but I wonder how many people they get on that. You know, they could send that to 100,000 people. I wonder how many people actually pay up.
Right.
I wonder what the percentages are. That could scare the crap out of somebody.
Yeah, I can imagine my mom getting something like this and seeing it. But her street view, by the way, has her in the door looking like a creep
Hello.
staring at the highway.
The good thing for us,
It's so funny
Right
looking.
on.
my mom wouldn't know what Bitcoin is.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
But I mean, if they do the QR code or a link or something like that,
Oh,
you know,
Oh, yeah, even out of curiosity, if they just scan that QR code, who knows what's going on your computer
yeah.
or on your phone.
Although I'm pretty relaxed, I don't think my mom's gonna get scammed because she would get bored with this email. She'd be like, "What? You know what? I don't know. Delete."
I thought it was cleverly written.
Yeah, but it was too long. My mother would just be like, "I don't know who this. I don't know what
well,
they're saying."
I'll be honest with you. When I saw that at first, I go, this is long.
Yeah.
This is a long email,
It's very long.
but well written. Hey, good luck, scammers.
Great monologue for a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound like a Dennis Hopper from Speed, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Or just any Dennis Hopper. He's always like, it's always that unhinged rant. Time and space are flat, man. Nobody sees. The one-eyed cat is king. It's just like, get to the point, man. What are we doing?
How much do I owe you?
He was like the greatest.
Will you hold the elevator or not?
He was like the greatest villain that somehow was not very scary.
In Speed?
Yeah, I mean, when you but like Rafe's kind of doing him right. Like there's some weird Dennis Hoppery thing where you're like, you're not all that threatening. I know
Is
what
it
you're
'cause
saying.
He's short?
Is he?
No, I don't
tall
think.
is
I don't
Dennis
think so.
Well, he's passed.
He just seems high. All his villain characters just seem like they smoked a little too much and they're just having weird thoughts. And you're like, in an hour, you're going to feel different.
He's 5'9".
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Like in an hour, Dennis, you're not going to want to be a villain anymore. You're just going to want to go to McDonald's. Just calm down, sit, don't call the police.
Yeah,
Stop calling people.
Like Uncle Pat.
Yeah.
Uncle Pat showed up high. Just let him get his conspiracy theory rant out, and then he'll be fine by dessert.
Mm-hmm.
We all know
Dennis
an Uncle
Hopper was
Pat.
5'9". I always thought he was shorter.
He's normal people height.
He must hang out with tall people.
Those directors really did him dirty, didn't they?
Didn't he seem like a short dude?
Who do
Dennis
you think?
Hopper?
Who do you think's taller, John Voight or Dennis Hopper?
John Voight. I bet you John Voight's over 6 foot tall.
Everybody feels this way.
He's probably from Easy Rider because I think Fonda's pretty tall.
6'2".
Yeah.
Peter Fonda is 6'2".
That was your first intro to Dennis Hopper.
Stand next to Peter Fonda.
Who else? Liam Neeson's. What's his height?
6'4".
Liam
I'll bet you Liam
Neeson's-
Neeson's 6'3".
yeah, 6'2".
I'm gonna say 6'5".
6'4".
6'4".
Oh yeah, in his heyday. Now all these guys have shrunk by the time
Yeah,
we're looking them
gravity,
up.
takes a hold.
Yeah. I will find you.
Did you hear about the cats in Wildwood?
Oh God, no. What?
Oh, come on, Learn.
He
I
already
didn't
got
get
the
my cat news.
He already get the good news
was
out of the
offline
way.
yesterday.
So this is
Oh,
not
we're
gonna-
slowly ramping up to the bad news.
ramping up as in good news, and then we're going to fall off to the other side of the hill, or
We got the good news kind of
yesterday,
first.
is that what you said?
What?
You were offline yesterday?
Yeah, I went offline. I did an AI thing where I aged myself to be in my 50s, and I thought it's not going to get better than this, and I
How
just tapped out.
How many cats in a house are too many?
We said 3 last year. We decided 3.
just tap
3 are
out.
too many?
Yeah. I didn't agree with it. You can have as many as you'd like.
Yeah, oh, yeah?
But you
Is that
people
true?
said 3, and I said, fine, sustained.
Wait, 3 is acceptable, or that's
We
How
cut
many
off at
cats
3.
are too many in a house?
Probably 1 to all sorts of people in
No,
the
I
audience.
mean, let's
Big D wads.
throw the cat hate out for a second.
Yeah, we said 3 is
3.
the max.
I think if
3
you
max,
work,
4 is too many.
yeah, if you work from home, you can handle 3. That's a lot to handle, but 4 is right out.
Because you need how many litter boxes for each one?
You need, I have 2 cats, and we have 3 litter boxes.
Would you say 10? Would you say 10 is too many?
I mean, it is. Would I love to have 10 cats around me at all times? Absolutely.
Would you say 20 is too many?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
we talking about farm cats now? Because, she's
That's a
obviously talking
different
about.
No, we're talking inside cats.
Okay, inside cats.
yeah, I mean, that's just so much litter box. You practically live within turds. Like, you might as well just say, I live in a turd cavern.
What about 30 cats?
Yeah, man.
What's happening to the house at 30 cats?
Where are all these cats coming from? What's up?
Other cats.
They're all breeding. They're inbred.
The Whitakers. These are the Whitaker cats.
I would guess other cats.
Meow, meow.
Headline: Wildwood, Missouri. 137 cats rescued from hoarding house.
Oh, my goodness. And you know what sucks is the APA was just sending out yesterday that
That's
they
what it
are
was about.
full.
That's what it was
Oh,
about.
this was where they got them from?
Yes.
Yes, I
They
did
have
see
an
that.
The APA is like,
didn't know where
we
they came
need
from.
help.
Yes, please foster if you can. I thought they just had been taking in so many that they were overflowed with, but I didn't know 100 of them came from.
137 from one house.
I really was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, okay, I might need to go get another cat and foster it, and then I will hit my max.
These cats
of
are not
3.
even. These cats are not even ready yet to be.
I know.
They just need supplies at this point.
Please donate.
So the APA, the Animal Protective Association of Missouri, said it needs urgent help after it took in all these cats, 137 cats that were rescued from this house out by me. And it's a sad story of not just animal abuse, but of elder abuse too and neglect. So Carolyn Hayden said her mom, dad, and another family member lived in an 8,000 square foot house. That's a
Not
big house.
bad.
This is the 18,000 block of Country Trails Court. She and the rest of the family had been concerned about the parents for some time and hadn't seen them in years. So Carolyn, the daughter, claimed that the other family member who lived in the house had kept the rest of the family away. Suspecting elder and animal abuse was happening, she had been trying to get authorities involved for over a year. Now, it wasn't until the daughter found out the mom died that the situation unraveled. So while Carolyn's father and other family members were at the funeral home, she said her brother went to the house and started taking pictures and then immediately went to the cops. The house was in
disarray.
disarray. I mean, with 137 cats there.
Holy heck, these houses are gorgeous.
So after learning about how many cats were in the house, police got a search warrant, notified the St. Louis County Problem Properties Unit, St. Louis County Animal Care and Control, who started taking the cats away. There were also cats found in a deep freezer, like dead cats.
Oh my God.
Cause why?
Hate it.
I don't know.
Well, they're probably going to bury it.
Well, that happened on The Office, if you remember, when Angela's cat Sprinkles died. Dwight
Well,
put it
Dwight
in the
killed
freezer.
her.
Yeah, he did.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah, so the APA said yesterday that after taking in all 137 cats, the total number of cats at both of their locations is almost 500. So the cats from this Wildwood house are not even available for adoption yet, making the space over there at the APA even more like of a problem.
Yeah.
So they're looking they're looking eventually for people to foster these cats, adopt, volunteer. They need crates. They need plastic food and water bowls. They need cardboard to put down.
I mean, even on the Google Maps, Street View, there's just cats is everywhere.
Can you put that up on the screen, please?
Really?
I'm totally kidding.
Oh, I was like, I want to see.
No,
it.
it's in the
Zero
house, though.
birds.
Yeah, all the birds and the mice are gone.
I don't have the house, but I do have the street. I mean, they're nice houses.
I have about 10,000 yards of yarn. Should I donate that?
Yes.
It's a really, really cool spot. There's some big homes, real nice pools.
Here, pull back to like the overview because I want to see where exactly that is.
Yeah, very spacious lots.
8,000 square feet. That's a big ass house.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's like tucked
Yep. Really nice.
away off 100.
Cool spots.
Well, at least it wasn't like in a trailer where it's confined. At least it was a bigger house where
They had
they
some
had
woods.
some places to roam.
Yeah, they had some woods to hunt in. That's for sure.
Well, they're calling it a hoarder house, and everybody's probably seen the TV show Extreme Hoarder, or Extreme Hoarders. Mm-hmm. Does anybody have any hoarding tendencies? Do you have a room in your house where you kind of just throw everything?
Nope. We purge everything.
Yeah, things seem to collect. Of course, there's a lot of people in the house, so there's like a corner that has like all of our sports stuff. Like you're like, oh well, somebody will get use out of this. And my son outgrew his skates, but you can't get rid of the skates, so you put them down here. And there's kind of like a pile of stuff over in the corner of the basement.
They say a lot of Americans dabble in hoarding to some degree. Like half of us say we have at least one room in the house that's just unsalvageable because of all the clutter.
I have an issue with, and I'm really trying to break this, and people have been helping me because I must have said this on the show because people send me links to TikToks and Instagrams of other guys that save the boxes. I have so many freaking boxes.
Boxes.
I'm getting over it.
You asked for boxes once, and everybody just gives you boxes?
No. No, that's not my issue. My issue is I'll get, everything from an iPhone to a router or a guitar or whatever it is, whatever box it came in, I'm like, it's a hell of a box.
Fan.
I need to save this box.
Yeah,
the owner manuals
yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, like an Xbox or something. And this is what happened. I had an Xbox get the red death ring once, and it said, "Yeah, send it back in the original manufacturing box, and then we'll fix it and send it back." And I was like, "Phew, good thing I kept that box because that's the one that they want it returned in."
You only need one time for it to justify your behavior.
Yep, and that's exactly what happened in 2003 or whatever the heck it was. And I was like, "See, that's why I keep boxes." And from then
Did you
on,
walk around the house with the box so everyone?
No,
I would have. been like, good thing I saved this. Remember when you guys were talking trash?
We have a
Guess what?
storage room downstairs that's full of boxes.
yeah, but like manufacturing boxes, right?
My wife's like, do we need the Roomba box still? I'm
Exactly.
like, well, what if I need to send it back? She's like, you've had it for 4 years.
Exactly. So I have a stack of boxes, like every box you can think of, especially with like all my guitar equipment and everything. But I also have cables of technology that's been out of this planet for decades.
Yeah, the red, white, and
RCA?
yellow
Yeah,
cables, the RCA cables. You
Do you
need to
need
toss those. No, I have plenty.
Okay. Well, if anyone needs anyone listening needs any cables, you just let me know.
So that is hoarding. Like,
Yeah,
I am a hoarder too.
I have an issue.
I have an issue with that as well. And every once in a while, my wife is like, you got to get all this stuff out of here.
I just secretly throw things like that away.
Does Tim save?
Secretly? You want to come over to my house? Just
Yeah,
don't tell
I would.
me?
Actually, I would love, like, I had a friend reach out not too long ago. She's like, can you come over and just organize my house? And I go,
Really?
Yeah, and I would love to. Yes.
Yeah, I'll pay you to do that. Here's the problem, though. I don't have one stash of cables. I got like 3.
We're going to take
Different places?
We're
They're
gonna
all in different places.
electronically
You're hiding
recycle.
cables around the house like an alcoholic hides bottles.
Dude, I know, I do. And the problem is,
Your wife's like, honey, I found some RCA cables under the sink taped to the back of the toilet.
Yeah, in the toilet tank.
I mean, HDMI. I got the D port.
Well, HDMI, those are still.
Dude, I've got
useful.
30, 40 of them. I don't know what I'm doing with
There you
this.
go.
Those are expensive. You don't have the RCA cables, though.
I keep all the cables that come with things, which you rarely use, or you're going to replace with something nicer.
All right, the top things that people that say it's the hardest to purge: clothes, number one, then kitchen equipment, appliances, dishware, gadgets, hobby items, shoes, furniture, seasonal decor, which is stored away, taking up space for most of the year.
And that's my wife's. That's my wife's only. It's her only flaw.
Where are you supposed to put it, though? Like, that's one thing you can almost excuse. Like, where are you supposed to put Christmas, Halloween decks?
Right.
Can't have them up. Can't have them up year round. You
We're
gotta put
gonna
them in
need
the
it.
attic or somewhere, right?
We're going to need a storage space just for that stuff. Just for that stuff. There's a whole stack of it, and it's all starting to get mixed in. So, like, I'm finding Easter eggs and Halloween stuff, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and skeletons and the Christmas
Sure.
stuff.
If you're secretly throwing stuff away, what do you do when Tim asks about
He
it?
doesn't. He just doesn't know.
Because he doesn't know. Yeah, he'll never know. I'll
He's
never
not
know.
told about it. What?
You throwing away boxes. You throwing
Boxes.
away
And lately, because this is a man who
clothes.
He wants to keep all of the receipts for our bills that can be accessed online via our account. So when we get our like Ameren bill, he wants to keep that piece of paper.
I do
and
the
I've just
same.
been recycling that. Like we had like going back 3 or 4 years in our filing cabinet of paying our bills, and I'm like, no more. Like we can see that in our online account.
Why are you keeping those bills? For what reason?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I get audited.
He's afraid.
I do the same thing.
It's interesting that you still write checks, but you're mad about a paper filing system.
No, I'm not mad about it. We still have it.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, you're
There's no reason to keep it for 3
you've
years.
adopted the online bills, but you won't adopt online bill pay.
Like you have an Ameren bill from like January of 2021.
Not anymore. Not anymore because Mama's at home after work, bored, and she's cleaning the house.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, that's my weird hang up about paying bills. I like the actual, I like writing a check. I like mailing it. I like physically a person hopefully having a job to
You can
cash
see
it.
all that stuff online. Like
Yeah,
if
but
I write a check to Ameren, I know all my past checks from Ameren on my bank with one click.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she likes the process of it.
I
You know?
like the
it's like a routine or something.
Yeah,
right?
I like the ritual of paying
Ritual,
a bill.
thank
I
you.
don't like I pay my AT&T bill via online and it goes, you know, and I like scheduling it. I don't pay it just right then when the stupid notice comes up. I schedule it for the very last day. That's cool.
Yeah, I do too. I'm keeping my money as long as I can.
Yeah, me too. I don't do auto pay like my mortgage through Together Credit Union. I do not auto pay that. I like to manually make it happen.
Write a check. Okay.
Yeah, there's a ritual to it though, and it makes you comfortable and you like it. I can,
whatever.
I respect that.
Auto pay, when you do that, you're handing the control of your cash to a company. And what happens then, you know? Because then they got theirs, but then what if you need to just, I don't know. I like having control of my money.
Me too.
That's it. Cash is king.
I have a system where I go in. I do online bill pay, but I do it manually. I don't let.
Yeah, I do too. I don't
draft
auto
anything.
pay either. The only thing I auto pay is I think the AT&T bill because you get a discount.
Do you guys hoard anything? Like you collect? I mean,
Yeah, I'm a box guy and a
so you
I'm
got
a
the
box
boxes
guy.
too. We should
and-
trade boxes sometime.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, just in case you need. I mean, I have got probably an iPhone 4 box somewhere.
The only thing we're cyclical. Like I'm a tosser.
What?
I'll get to the point where I'm like, hey, the house is getting kind of cluttered. Let's get it. And then we'll throw a bunch of stuff out or give a bunch of stuff away. And then slowly
Accumulate.
she brings stuff back into the. I'll be like, hey, you just put a vase where we threw a candle away that was empty, hadn't been lit. It's just been sitting there for like a year. And you put another thing on the shelf where we just decided to take that off the shelf. So we kind of go cyclical.
Yeah, every spot on the house doesn't need to have something on it.
I mean, I don't mind if it's like decorative or whatever, but it's like we'll start to get too much stuff to where we don't have a place to. We have a tiny place. I have art in the basement because that's my thing. If I like something, I like art, I'll buy it, and I don't have anywhere to hang it because I have a tiny place. So I'm just like, we'll have a place one day.
Yeah. We'll have a gallery.
So I have like these.
We'll
little,
have a gallery in the
I
house.
have a bunch of like tubes of like artwork, like rolled up in tubes in the
Me
basement.
too.
You look like a German basement, you know,
Yeah.
during World War II.
Yeah.
Where they're stashing all the art.
Yeah,
The Mona Lisa's down there. We have that too. And I
it's
think
kind of embarrassing, honestly.
I got my vintage shirts, which I think I'm getting ready to do a consignment, like a little collab with a local place where I'm going to get rid of some of the things that I don't necessarily need anymore.
Oh, sweet.
And then I'm also going to do that with some of the art in my basement because there's just things that my aesthetic has changed. And so
Taste change.
my taste has changed. And so I'm going to be
Evolve.
auctioning off some stuff or giving it away.
Tight. That's a cool way to do it.
Yeah. Make a little event out of it.
It's hard for me to do that stuff. Our family has kind of done this routine of like once a month, clear out your stuff. What doesn't fit? What doesn't make sense to be in the family or in the house anymore? And we all
Once a month?
and we take it to Goodwill. Oh, dude, that's because
Well, you have 4,000 people in your house.
yeah, there's a lot of people there, and everybody's like cheating
A
it a
lot of
little bit.
room.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've caught my son with shirts that I know he's not interested in wearing. He couldn't wear the last couple of years. I'm like, why do you still have this? He's like, well, it was my favorite shirt. I was like, yeah, in 4th grade, let's go.
Yeah, it's
Put it in the box. We're going.
It's gone. Hey, here's that really bad story.
Okay.
And if you're on your way to the hospital right now,
Tune out.
or tune in, turn it up.
Turn it up, man.
Turn it up, man.
Just ask if the surgeon is having a birthday.
No, it has nothing to do with a surgeon having a birthday.
No, but remember that was a stat.
Oh, yeah. Surgeons on their birthday notoriously make more mistakes. Fact. Look it up.
Okay.
If you get wheeled in and you see somebody blowing out candles,
Wheel out.
Headline.
stop it.
Headline. Florida doctor removes wrong organ from patient, resulting in, quote, immediate catastrophic death.
Holy smokes! You didn't tell me that.
What do you mean catastrophic death?
Like they took the heart instead of the kidney?
As opposed to really chill death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can go peacefully.
Well, and that's what I mean.
Like
Like,
a
you
real
took an organ
chill
out
death
and then you
is-
self-destruct.
Like real chill death is, going in your sleep peacefully.
This person was awake and they immediately died.
No, this was.
You can tell me it's some sort of intern or something, or this is a new surgeon and they literally cut out the wrong organ.
No.
Are they dyslexic?
Here's how the story goes. A man who had a medical emergency while on a vacation in Florida dies on the operating table after the surgeon mistakenly removed his liver instead of his spleen.
Not cool. I'm gonna file that under not cool.
Nope. Took the liver instead of the spleen.
They do look very similar.
Do they? Do they? So this poor guy, 70-year-old William Bryan, was from Alabama, was visiting the Florida Panhandle last month when he suddenly starts experiencing a lower left abdominal pain. So he and his wife Beverly went to the hospital. Went to this place called Ascension Sacred Heart Emerald Coast Hospital, which is between Pensacola and Panama City. So doctors were concerned about an abnormality in his spleen. And like, we're going to have to admit you for further testing.
No, dude, no.
So the surgeon, this Dr. Thomas Shankowski, and the chief medical officer, Dr. Christopher Bacani, persuaded William, like, you have to undergo surgery here, emergency surgery, or you could experience serious complications if you go home. So William underwent a hand-assisted laparoscopic splendectomy procedure on August 21st. In the middle of the surgery, Dr. Shankowski removed his liver instead of his spleen. The mistake resulted in, quote, immediate and catastrophic blood loss resulting in death. So he just bled out immediately on the table.
Wow.
Gosh, dude. Man. By the way, the spleen and the liver, opposite sides of the body.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that. After accidentally removing the liver, the surgeon, the general surgeon, labeled the organ as spleen. It was only identified as the liver after his death. In the typical human body, the liver is on the upper right side of your abdominal cavity, just below the diaphragm, and above the stomach, right kidney, and intestines. The spleen is on the upper left side of the abdomen, next to the stomach. It's also significantly smaller than your liver, and also between 2.5 to 3 pounds lighter. And it's roughly the size of a fist. That's your spleen. Obviously, the family's suing, and they said the doctor also performed a previous wrong site surgery last year. In that case, he was accused of removing a portion of a patient's pancreas instead of performing an adrenal gland resection as intended.
Dude, don't you get benched
How the heck?
No.
Forever.
for longer than a year if you remove the wrong
Sometimes you don't
organ?
get benched at all. You'd be surprised, man. We put medical, especially doctors, I feel like we can't. There's certain professions we put on pedestals, but it's like there's a lot of protections in place. There was like there was a doctor that like fused the wrong spine vertebrae together in a surgery, then went back and changed all the paperwork, got caught, went to trial. They asked him why he did it, and he's like, well, the patient said they were feeling better. So in my mind, I didn't want to interrupt their progress. So he went back and so let's say he was supposed to do L1, L2 vertebrae. He did L2, L3. He did the wrong 2 vertebrae, fused them together in a back surgery.
Yeah, it's a big mistake.
Went back, retrofitted all the paperwork to be L2, L3 to cover his ass, got caught, then said he did it for the patient's well-being, got put on probation, and then did it again. Fused her own vertebrae and another surgery.
Dude,
it's like, you'd be surprised.
Well, this guy was taken to court over a wrong site surgery.
That's wild.
And I guess they settled, and he's right back to the OR.
Dude, here's the not the worst part. The worst part is that he bled out on the table and died. The second worst part is, like you said, the spleen and the liver are drastically different. But what he told to the wife was, his spleen was so diseased that it was 4 times bigger than usual and traveled to the other side of the body. And that was his excuse.
Yeah.
When in reality, this dude had a small cyst on his spleen. And that's why he was experiencing abdominal pain.
Yeah, they after he died, they did an autopsy and they discovered just a small cyst. And
so if a surgeon who knew what they were doing was even in there, they wouldn't have removed anything except for a cyst.
It wasn't even a big deal. Like, it was. Listen, he needed to get that cyst removed, and he was in pain, but it shouldn't be obviously the result of a guy's death. But
wow,
that's why they always say to get a second opinion.
Well, they said this was an emergency. Like, you need an emergency surgery.
Oh, okay.
Like, emergency surgery. If you leave, you could die. That's what he was told, and the guy was on vacation.
Damn. Made me think of something when you said that earlier about a chill death. Would you guys knock 2 months off your life, not knowing where it's going to end, knock 60 days off, if you were guaranteed to pass away in your sleep peacefully?
Yes.
Probably yes.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what we all want, right? That's
Yeah,
like the
Sure,
consensus of all.
that's the 7-Eleven.
60 days? Yeah. For
So
sure.
you lose 2 months of living.
So we all have an end date that's predetermined. Let's just say.
Predetermined. You can't change that.
Can't change that.
You don't know when that is.
Right. It could be tomorrow. Could
be 2 months from today.
Could be, could be.
How
4
much
years.
would you be willing to shave for the guarantee?
Oh man, I mean 2 years.
2 years.
Damn. 2
Yeah.
years?
I was talking about this the other day. I really hope that I'm just asleep when I go.
Yeah, we all.
That's everybody's hope.
I know. But I also, I've talked about this before, this morbid thought. Like, I know I'm probably not going to go that way. Like, I feel like
Whoa,
it's
don't
going to be
say that.
bad.
Don't
I don't
say that.
know.
Yeah, I don't.
I have
Don't go
that fear.
parasailing.
I've been parasailing. I'm not afraid
Don't
of
go anymore.
parasailing. That's not how I go.
You're okay with parasailing?
I am.
You of all people.
I love it. I got to see a sea turtle one time. I don't like when they dip your feet in the water because I feel like a shark's going to eat me.
Me too. I don't like that
I don't
either.
like
and
it.
I always ask them, hey, since I'm paying you, could I politely request that you don't do that?
Right, I've
and
done
they
that.
do it every time.
I know.
So that's part of the thing.
bad.
They
It's
just
not
drowned a
part of
bunch of
the thing.
people that way. Didn't they? Didn't we read a story where someone, like, they got them too far down in the water and
Yeah.
couldn't get them out?
Yes.
They just basically
I
drowned.
didn't read that.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry.
Look
You're
that
never
up.
going to do it.
I'm never
It
going
was
to do
in,
it anyway.
It was in Parasailing Weekly.
Yeah.
You
Good
don't.
magazine.
I get parasailing quarterly.
You don't subscribe.
I guess it'll be in the next issue. Wait, so they dipped the people parasailing and they didn't come back up?
They were
Yeah.
dragging them.
They were dragging them behind the
Underwater.
boat.
And when they came up, they had lobsters all over them. It's crazy.
Oh my God! Crazy. Lobsters and
worst.
seaweed.
Yeah.
SpongeBob episode.
So they basically dredged the bottom
Yeah.
of wherever they were.
They're like, we got to cook these lobsters.
Oh man!
Now, the last time we did it, you could see a bunch of sharks, which was cool, and you could see thousands upon thousands of jellies. And I was like, there's a lot of jellies out there. Can you just like not do it? You know? And I don't know why, but I'm not comfortable with it. I'd swim in the ocean, but for some reason, like just dangling my feet as bait, I'm not a fan.
No.
And I asked them not to, and they did it anyway. And I just,
Did you give him a tip?
I'm sure we did, but when you get back to the boat, you're just like straight facing them, like,
Why'd you do that,
What was
man?
that about?
Right.
You punk ass.
May 17th, 2024, vacationers spot sharks in water while parasailing. Captain doesn't see them, keeps dunking them in the water.
We saw a bunch of sharks.
Man, that would piss me off.
Nothing that's going to eat you, but still, you see them and you go, yeah, I'll stay up here.
Remember the wrestler Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
Yeah.
Brutus Beefcake details infamous parasailing accident that shattered his face.
Shattered
I
his
was
face.
I remember going as a kid parasailing. I've gone a million times and I never was afraid.
Me too. So fun.
It is so fun. I've never had a bad experience with that.
So I guess his name is what's his name? his real name.
Timmy.
Timmy Beefcakes.
He remembers the parasail not looking like a safe activity, but his buddy Tracy really wanted to. So I don't. Did he get hit in the face?
With what, I wonder? Maybe the bar or something
fish.
above you?
When you're retired in Florida, you're telling me you will not go parasailing?
No.
I feel like that's the initiation
totally
to become a
No, but I
citizen.
will run a parasailing company.
Okay. Good to know.
I will never get up there myself.
His grumpy
Unregulated.
butt is going to point him out and be like, you see that?
You
That's
see that?
unregulated.
Yep, I ain't
Tell him
doing
to put a
that.
cigar in his mouth.
Yeah, it's a matter of time before
I
he
ain't
goes
doing
down.
that. No, I'm going to open up a jet ski company. You know that.
Oh, yes.
Far more jet ski accidents than parasailing.
Nah, it's fine. I'll be all right. All right, let's take a break. But first, and that is brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Join me and Kerry Davis tonight at the Hot Shots in St. Charles. Football tonight, 6:30. Be out there, watch the beginning of the Chiefs and Ravens game. So tonight, Hot Shots in St. Charles with myself and Kerry Davis from the Fast Lane. From Festus, Missouri, Tom Galzinski is our teamers. Remember the name?
This is.
Tom has been both a Riz Show and Point listener since the very beginning. Listens to every show from start to finish every morning. Loves the camaraderie between all the crew members. And he says we always bring a smile to his face, even when he's grumpy. One of Tom's favorite segments, Rafe's In Memoriam, and always finds the crew's choice of topics and discussions every morning very entertaining. From Festus, Missouri, which we love.
Darn right.
Love Festus.
Festus is the bestest.
Chimp
That's what we say.
Crazy. Chimp Crazy Festus. Tom Galzinski is our Teamers. Remember the day. Get super sweet Teamers. Remember the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/teamriz. Boy, do we have a busy show today. We'll kick it off with the Craigslist Freak of the Week. Another playoff matchup. The final round number 1 matchup. 3 past champions going at it. The top 2 vote getters move on to the next round of the Freak of the Year playoffs. And we do have a couple theme songs submitted from a listener Brandon.
Nice.
So we'll see if maybe one of these listener-submitted theme songs will be the official theme song of the Freak of the Year playoffs. It's 7:08. It's Thursday. First look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to the 29th. Only thing on the highways is we have a road closed due to construction work. It looks like 70 eastbound or 70 east southbound in Columbus Square. There's kind of a mess over there. Severe delays, they say. Your point forecast hotter and a bit more humid today. High of 91. Right now it's 71 at the Point Studio.
That you can.
Welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails. RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. We'll get to the Craigslist Freak of the Week thing here in just a moment. We have Anthony Stalter from the Fast Lane. He'll be calling in. We'll lock in the whole Pick'em Challenge thing. Punishment, we'll discuss that. Any questions you guys have, let's just get them all out there. Any concerns with the Pick'em Challenge? Like, we got to figure out the tiebreaker thing.
For sure, ties.
So if there's a tie, if we all wind up...
Last year we punted to the end, but we didn't have a plan, and it got close. It was closer last year than people think, because I think by week 16 we finally crapped out. But we had like 7, it wasn't 7, but there was a few weeks that were tied that could have gone either way. That were just washes. So we were down. I remember last year we were down like 5 or 6, but we had like 4 or 5 ties that if we'd have won out, we would have had to do something about that. And we had no
So
plan.
how are we going to figure out the tie situation?
Didn't we come up with a good solution last year?
I thought last year we were going to do playoffs. If it got to that,
Yeah.
we were going to like let it run into the playoffs. But I don't know if that's like, depending on how many ties you have, that's not feasible.
That's
either.
not feasible. I mean, is a tie just a tie?
I don't know.
I say good old-fashioned leg wrestling.
That's what I always thought. Like, let's get a kiddie pool full of KY. We'll get a kiddie pool full of KY. We'll have everybody's name in a hat. and then we'll just see who wrestles.
Fine.
We'll just wrestle it out. And if you don't want to do KY, that's fine. I understand.
No,
We could do fruit
it must
cocktail.
be KY.
Like we just
There
get
is
a
no
whole
other
bunch. We go to
option.
Costco. We get a whole bunch of those, big cans of fruit cocktail. Put it in there, and then just wrestle it out.
Guys, I would be so good at that because I was a judo. I did judo for 1 semester at Swick.
Nice.
I will take my thighs and I will take those boys down.
Yeah. Is a tie just a tie?
What happens if we get a whole bunch of ties and it ends up being a tie? We need a way to solve it.
Okay, so how does the tiebreaker work within here? It's
Score.
It's the score, right?
Yeah, it's whatever the computer spits out.
Shouldn't we just go on that system as
Yeah.
well?
But how do we go by cumulative? Do you know what I mean? Like we can do that
Yeah,
amongst
perhaps.
us because there's 5 of us, and whoever got closest to picking the score wins. But then we got 2 rooms of people.
I forget. Is it a point system?
You pick, you just pick. Like say you pick 20 to 17 as the score
For the Monday Night
for
Football
the
game,
Monday Night
usually, yeah.
Football game. It's usually the last game of the week, and then
It's got those negatives, right? It's like negative 10 or something. Which
yeah,
is
it
like,
would tell you. And we couldn't
you were
figure
10
out what it was.
We
I think
figured
it was
out.
cumulative.
Joe told us, and it was like
Oh,
if I
web
guessed
guy Joe?
Yeah, if I guessed total 42 and it was 45, then I would have my points from the correct picks and then like a negative 3, like I was off by 3 or something like that, right? If I remember right.
It's so friggin' complicated. It's
Well,
tough to explain on the radio.
which would of
honestly.
course have me at a level higher than you, who guessed 10 points off. So you had a negative 10. So obviously I win the tiebreaker, and that's how it would sit in our room. And if somebody was getting shot in the ass, it would be,
But if there's 5 players on each side,
well, maybe we just take the best one, or we cumulative, like Rafe is saying, like in make everybody matter.
I think that's the most fair way to do it.
A cumulative tiebreaker score from the system.
I don't know who's going to calculate that though.
Well, I mean, it's
available to
it's simple to
everybody.
add up. Yeah, it'll show the negatives. And
We'll
we just add
discuss it.
them up.
I don't want to get in the weeds on this. It's very boring for listeners to
Yeah.
go through the thought process with us. But
Maybe
Lern-
so. It ain't going to be boring when we get to
Lern
when
had
the
an
ties.
idea. Go ahead. You had a eureka moment. I just saw it.
Yeah, well, I was going to say we just we do a catwalk. If all of us, we get a catwalk out, and
walk it
America's
off?
Next Top Model, this crap, dude. Get the heels on,
We'll put it out.
and
Listen,
then
Get the
walk it
heels.
out.
we'll walk it out.
It's a
I'll
walk
put it
off.
up there.
Legs out.
I'll put it up
Laces
there for
out, legs
ideas. Fine. So we'll talk to Anthony Stalter. Also, America's most authentic Van Halen tribute act. Van Halen will be in here.
I am so excited.
8:30.
Me too.
Van Halen.
This-
Not Van Halen, but Van Halen.
This guy looks and sounds exactly like David Lee Roth.
Yeah, and they only do David Lee Roth era Van Halen.
Really?
Yeah.
These guys too.
I mean, I've seen nothing but David Lee Roth,
That's
Van
what's
Halen
up.
from these
Rafe,
guys.
have you seen this lead singer yet? Have you looked at
I
him?
have, yes.
It's amazing.
They're called Van Halen. They will be at the Mill in Granite City tonight. They'll be here around 8:30. They'll do a couple songs acoustic for us. Super excited about that. Van Halen, a little later on the Riz Show.
Theme songs.
Oh, crap. You're right. Thank you, Lern. I did that last week, too.
I know. I'm not letting you get through this week without
Okay,
it.
so Craigslist Freak of the Week. We're looking for a theme song, and we've had listeners submit their ideas as to what the Craigslist Freak of the Week theme song should be. Here are a couple from a listener named Brandon. See what you guys think.
Step right up, it's the freak of the week. Show your style and let your true self speak. Lights flash in the church's cheer. Who will be the freak of the year? Crowds roar on the
You like it?
floor. Who will score?
Not the best.
Be adored. Vote now.
This one's called Crowning the Unconventional. That was okay.
That's all right.
Out of 10, 5 out of 10.
At least it had some energy.
Yeah, had energy. Flowed
Sandstorm.
nicely.
All right, this one's called Champion of Chaos.
Freak of the year, I'm the champion. Voting on freaks of the week, get it in.
That's not bad.
I have to admit that probably if I were to guess which one the actual freaks of the week would listen to, that would probably be
that one?
I would say that would be the record on disc 1.
Okay, this one's called Contest of Shadows.
Freak of the week. Hoarding's on the rise. Who'll be the one? Take the freak of the year prize. This show's got the freaks. Competition's high. Who reads the top?
Nah, you don't like it?
I don't like it.
Okay. One more.
Yeah, jazz and freak of the week.
Freak of the week. Voting's on the rise. Who'll be the one? Take the freak of the year prize. The show's got the freaks.
It's got legs.
I like
I like this one.
This one's got legs.
Who'll reach the top and take the freak of the year sky.
Finally, some class on this show.
Yeah. See?
Man, that's the one.
Dude, this is beautiful.
That's great.
I like
That's
that.
the one, and it kind of goes with our background.
All right. Good job, Brandon
kind
from
of vibe.
Redbud.
Nice.
Very, almost like a cantina. Those
Had my toes tapping.
Star Wars-y.
All right, it's the Craigslist Freak of the Week. It's the playoffs. So this is our final round 1 matchup. This week there will be 3 past champions going at it, not 4, 3, with the 2 top vote getters moving on to round number 2. And it's all based on your votes. You'll vote via Twitter at RIZZ Show, and you'll have 24 hours to vote, and we'll crown the winner tomorrow when we sign on. All right, Lern, let's get into it. Craigslist Freak of the Week, playoffs, round number 1. Go.
Bathroom cleaner, men for woman, 26 years old, Essex. I've been dogging a few times and find it rather boring. Too many men and not enough women. I'm a participator, not so much a watcher. I need something exciting. What's going to get my juices flowing? Searching for a birdie who is ready to make lasting memories by joining me and my buds for a wild night in a certain popular park's water closet. This is a role-playing fetish. I'm looking for you to channel your inner Judi Dench. You will be on the porcelain when I sneak into the ladies' lavatory and bust open your stall door. You will be forced to pleasure me in any way that I choose. I'll make sure the coast is clear, no children. If there are other ladies in the room, that's even hotter. I'm not into water sports. I'm not a freak. I think it's nasty. When I'm done with you, I'll reset the scene, and a couple of other lads will then have their turn. Remember, we're acting. Act like you're enjoying every minute of it. Please be attractive, clean, and not over the age of 29, not into older broads. Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Very important, guys.
This is a young Judi Dench that they're looking for.
All right, this is the winner. Won the week back on June the 27th. Dame of Thrones. Mm-hmm. Dame of Thrones. Any questions on this freak?
No.
No? Dogging. Been dogging a couple times. Find it boring. Too many men, not enough women. A participator, not so much a watcher. Okay.
All right.
That's Dame of Thrones, our first freak. On to freak number 2. Lern coming at you.
Beastmaster, man for woman, 39 years old, Vancouver. Hello, fellow animals.
Hello.
Hi. Seeking a special lady animal to live the life that we are supposed to. We can make this long term if I'm convinced that you really are here for the lifestyle and enjoy it as much as I do. My apartment is filled with animals. I have a few dozen snakes, lizards, birds, and a few mammals. The mammals, birds, and rodents are here for guests and mostly in their own rooms. The rest of the house is for me, the dragons, my snakes, and hopefully you. They are loose, and I am their beastmaster. You must be nice to them and love them like I do. I don't work, so I'm here all day with them. You can work if you want, but just make sure it's not a job where you come home smelling like food. Some of my creatures are known to get testy if I'm not around to speak to them, to calm them. You must be able to keep this a secret. It is not a pet-friendly complex. The snakes tend to crawl mostly around me and on the couch because they're comfortable, and I have a heater by the couch. They love watching TV with me. You must be okay with live feedings and helping me with that. Can't wait to add a Beastmaster lady to my lair. Yes, they will be watching us have sex. They may ask to be involved sometimes. Must be from the area. I don't want to explain how to get to places. You'll be responsible for most of the utilities. because he doesn't work.
I love those last lines.
I know.
Stay hydrated. You'll be responsible for most utilities.
Just put it all out there.
Winner back on July the 11th. That was Zoo Diamond Phillips, the Beastmaster. Okay, and finally, our third freak. Lern coming at you.
Coffee shop slut. Woman for man, 29 years old, Montreal. I'm a bad barista, and I want someone to get my panties frothy
Ugh.
and lady parts percolating. I love coffee and want it inside me and all over me. I want you to come to my coffee shop after hours and stuff every hole I have full of coffee beans and pleasure, and then plow me while they steep inside. I will absorb the natural caffeine, and then we will scoop out the beans and get to brewing. French press, pour over, espresso. We will brew and drink my juices mixed with the exotic beans from all over the world. We can sip the sex brew together, and as the caffeine takes hold, we can pound out like overstimmed rabbits while you cover me in coffee grounds and we envelop ourselves in the sights, smells, and feel nature's gift. We'll both be frothy by night's end. We end the night with coffee, cold, brew, high colonics. Horny, sexy, and healthy. Can't ask for much more than that. Hit me up.
Okay. Winner back on July the 18th, Java the Slut.
Yep.
Okay, so there are the three ads. Two will be moving on to the next round. So who will it be? Will it be Game of Thrones? And that's the guy that's been dogged a couple times, finds it rather boring. So this is a guy that's going to, well, he wants you to hang out at the bathroom at the park.
And he's going to burst open the stalls. He's looking for a role-playing fetish, and you're going to be Judi Dench.
Yeah, so you act like an actor, like an actress.
But he does say, I'm not a freak, and I think that that's nasty. When I'm done with you, we'll reset the scene, and a couple of other lads will have their turn.
All right, then you got Zoo Diamond Phillips, the Beastmaster.
Beastmaster, looking for another Beastmaster. His apartment is filled with animals. He's got a few dozen snakes, lizard, birds, and a few mammals. They're loose. He's the Beastmaster, and he wants you to come over and do weird things in his not pet-friendly complex. Snakes are going to crawl on him.
And they'll ask to watch every once in a while and maybe join in.
Yes.
And get involved. Then you just heard from Java the Slut. All right, Lern, you got to endorse one of these.
Yes.
Who will it be?
For me, it's Java the Slut. I don't know. Like the first one's a role-playing, kind of a situation. Consensual, which is, role-playing. Second was animals watching you. I mean, it's weird, but it happens.
Well, they may ask to get involved.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it.
Nobody likes it.
I know, but I really don't like Java the Slut. I don't like the idea of, I love coffee and the ritual, and I think drinking that blend of, that sexy blend does not sound good to me. It's ruining my life.
Rafe.
Yeah, I think it's a two-horse race again, 2 and 3, Zoo Diamond or Java. The thing about the animals getting involved, he's sticking with me a little bit. Everything else just seemed like a very lazy, unemployed zoo owner. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Java the Slut because there's two elements there of freakiness. There's the freakiness of being stuffed and then the freakiness of drinking the concoction. So that's going to put it over the top for me. I'm going to go Java the Slut.
For me, without a doubt, it is Zoo Diamond Phillips. Now, first of all, this man thinks he could talk to animals.
Yeah, we did glaze over that fact.
He thinks he could talk to animals and control the animals. The menagerie of animals that he has at his place, probably illegally, is also very strange.
For sure.
There's a jobless bum who wants you to pay the utilities, who, again, thinks he could speak to animals, and they talk to him saying, let me tap in.
That's amazing.
As you're having sex with him. So that's my vote. Moon?
I see this as like a wild card playoff where, it matters, and one of these guys could go far, but I don't think so. I don't think we're talking to any finalists here. But in this particular competition, Java the Slut gets my vote.
Okay.
I just think that I don't... Mixing food with, Go Time was just so foreign and strange to me at all in any way. And then this one, just takes it obviously up a few levels.
Scott?
I'm going to join you and go Zoo, Diamond, Phillips, mainly because, like Moon said, I don't think any of these three really have a chance in the long run, but I love the fact he doesn't want to explain how to get places. So I
Right.
think this guy rules, and he needs the win.
All right.
He needs the win.
Well, there you have it. You got Game of Thrones. You got Zoo Diamond Phillips. You've got Java the Slut.
Scott's not just endorsing; he's rooting. He's rooting.
Oh, you're right.
cheering
Yeah,
him on,
outwardly
man.
Rooting for this
Already
one.
printed shirts.
Vote via Twitter at RIZZ Show. We'll have the winner when we sign on tomorrow. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with the Craigslist Freak of the Week. Lern's got that for you. Also, I have the first reviews for the new Joker movie. The reviews are in. I guess it debuted at the Venice Film Festival. And did you read any of this stuff?
No,
Lern?
I didn't.
So what are people thinking? Is it great? Is it meh? Is it weird?
Is it overhyped like the first one?
I don't know. The first one, yes, it was hyped up, but was it overhyped? Because I thought it was good.
I thought it was good too, but everybody hyped it like this. This is just so far out of left field and the most creative thing, and it's going to change cinema. And it was like, oh, yeah, okay, I see what you did there. It was really good. Thanks.
So the new Joker with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix. I'll give you the first reviews after the break. 7:37. Thursday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to the 29th. Delays, 270 eastbound between 44 and 64. Also further south of there, we have delays 270 eastbound between Gravois and Big Bend. Your point forecast, hotter and a bit more humid today. High of 91. Right now it is 74 at the Point Studio.
Is probably one of the more anticipated movies of the year.
Yeah,
at least the fall.
Yeah, that and Beetlejuice, I would say.
Sure.
And Beetlejuice comes out
This weekend.
The new Joker movie comes out October 4th.
Yeah, the movies that everybody's been talking about for the last couple months have been Beetlejuice, Joker, and Deadpool. And Deadpool's already, over.
And I thought Deadpool was good.
Yeah, it was.
Good enough where Rafe saw it twice.
Yeah, it's good.
I thought it was good. I liked the first Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
I did too. But it's not a movie that I necessarily need to see again.
I don't.
It's not one I ever get a hankering to watch again.
No, I mean, it was pretty disturbing. And Joaquin Phoenix does a great job. Mm-hmm. Like, really, that whole character, he lost all that weight, really got into the role.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good. I don't mean to criticize it. I just thought it was a little bit telegraphed. I don't know. I was like, it was entertaining, but like you said, I think an A+ or a 5-star review is for anything that you want to see again. That's part of the criteria. And like you guys said, it's kind of one of those that you don't want to see it again. I did see it twice, just in case I was like not rubbed the right way or something the first time. But I did think it was a little. You know what it kind of reminded me of? Like a hyped up version of Birdman, and I thought Birdman was so freaking good.
Well, I guess the first reviews are in. Joker 2, Filet Ado, debuted at the Venice Film Festival, and it's getting mixed reviews. Mixed.
Why?
So the sequel to Joker is a musical starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga. They're saying Warner Brothers is pretty much downplaying the whole musical classification on this thing.
Yeah, that'd turn me off.
Oh, really?
I'm not a musical person.
They're trying to downplay it, which is crazy because Lady Gaga's involved.
What do you mean by that?
They're not saying it's a musical. They're just saying they're not denying that there's musical elements to it, but they're not saying it's a musical.
What classifies it as a musical? Is it like a certain percentage of music?
I don't know.
I wonder what it is.
The reviews range from brilliant to awful. So,
Okay.
so the screening certainly affected its first audiences. So IndieWire says, boring, flat, and such a criminal waste of Lady Gaga that we should demand a public hearing. Filet Ado tries and fails to make a point of our own frustrations with it. Joker, a.k.a. Arthur Fleck, meets Gaga's Harley Quinn in prison. They're singing, there's dancing. The Guardian writes, the whole movie finally turns out to be oppressively, claustrophobically, and repetitively becalmed in the oddly unreal Gotham Universe jail with Phoenix and Gaga kept apart for long periods, and Phoenix's own performance as a single note, or is as single note as before, though certainly as forceful, and his screen presence is potent. Variety magazine says, desperate to be darkly irreverent, but actually rather clunky and earthbound musical sequel.
Bummer.
Desperate to be dark.
So it's trying to be dark and then it's not. So how The Crow is a darker kind of film, has that tone. And as you get it from the previews, it does look quite dark. But maybe it's too much.
Well, the first one, it was fun to kind of watch the first go around, and you're kind of thinking, okay, what's reality, what's in his head, and how are we blending the two in the art project that is this film? But I don't know, man. It did seem to be like so hung up on trying to be something that it just kind of hit you over the head with
The
a
first one
little
or
too much.
the new one?
The first one. I haven't seen anything about the second one other than these reviews.
Well,
I didn't love the first Joker as much as everybody else did.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like
thought it felt like I felt like a taxi ripoff, and it was kind of
I thought it was good, but
just a story of an incel to me. Where I was kind of like, it's fine.
right.
It was fine. Joaquin's great in it. I just didn't love it as much as everybody else. I also
yeah, I
felt like,
liked it.
thought the new Batman could fall into that category too, of like trying so hard to be dark that it kind of missed the mark for me.
Yeah,
I've said that before. I thought it was like, you thought Christopher Nolan's Batman was dark?
Watch this.
We go even darker.
Check this out.
We got a
dude.
vampire
We're gonna
player.
slow this Nirvana song down.
Yeah, and
It's
on
gonna rain a lot.
the surface it was good, but
fine.
you didn't need any more or want any more. I didn't
Right.
want any more of
I've
Joaquin
never
Phoenix
watched it
Well,
again.
as Joker.
I'm just saying it's mixed reviews, comes out October 4th, so it's been screened, and we'll see.
Can't wait to see it.
And I'll see it.
I will too.
I'll see it for sure.
I love Lady Gaga.
It's something I noticed even about the Deadpool Wolverine too. The Rotten Tomatoes score has gone down as over time from the critics. Audience is still loving it, but first it was like 90 percentile on both, and then slowly I've watched the critic consensus kind of get down to the 70s.
Wow.
Really? What do you think that's from?
Probably just because I don't know, maybe it was just too cameo heavy, too much fourth wall breaking, or maybe it's like it didn't really contribute to the Marvel Universe or something, but that didn't bother me. I thought it was a fun movie. It was cool.
I thought it was fun and cool, too. All right, today is September the 5th. Back in the day, 118 years ago in 1906, Bradbury Robinson of St. Louis University throws the first forward pass in football. Another thing St. Louis claims. Oh, forward pass?
We invented
We invented that. And the ice cream cone and iced tea.
No one had even thought about a pass before we did.
That's right.
52 years ago, 1972, Palestinian terrorists invaded the Olympic Village in Munich and killed 11 Israeli athletes. 49 years ago, 1975, the Manson family follower Lynette Squeaky Fromm tried to assassinate President Gerald Ford. She put a gun in the president's face, but didn't have a round in the chamber. Life in prison, but was released in 2009. So, 48 years ago, 1976, The Muppet Show premiered. 41 years ago, 1983, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe premiered. 38 years ago, 1986, Dire Straits' Money for Nothing won the MTV Award for Video of the Year. 31 years ago, 1993, Jane's Addiction guitarist Dave Navarro joins, shockingly, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It didn't work out. 27 years ago, 1997, Mother Teresa of Calcutta dies at the age of 87.
Hey, what didn't work out about that? Because they did that Red Hot Minute.
Too many
record
nipples out.
That did well.
One Hot Minute was a great record.
It's-
Probably next to Blood Sugar Sex Magic, my favorite.
It
Chili
did
Peppers
great. They
record.
hit the 2 or 3 big
They
singles.
were all drug addicts. It was a drug
Personnel
addict.
thing.
Oh, I see.
It was Dave Navarro was like deep in the throes of like heroin addiction. It was bad.
Did they boot him? Did it just go?
Yeah, I think they booted him.
Interesting.
And 23 years ago, 2001, The Amazing Race premieres on CBS. And that's what happened back in the day. You know, it's a shame about that record. They don't play anything off that ever on tour anymore.
They
In
don't
fact,
do,
John Frusciante refuses to play anything from that.
Really?
And there's a
Well,
couple bangers
good
on
for
there.
you. I guess good for him that their catalog can afford something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, because that's a
Probably, and
Snarky.
go download and listen to this song. My Friends, not me and my friends, but My Friends from the Chili Peppers, is probably a top 5 Chili Pepper song of all time, and will never be played live.
They didn't play that
No.
at the
They
amphitheater?
played Me and My Friends.
Oh,
They
I
didn't
see.
play My Friends, which is one of the slower songs.
Okay.
But man,
That's a great show.
It was.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we start with this. Linkin Park are set to make their big announcement today in front of a live audience. But beforehand, those in attendance had to sign a waiver. The waiver states that there is an agreement to be transported to and from the venue. And that would suggest that the location of the event is not one that the band is anxious to divulge, even to those attending. Thus, it would be harder for people to track down exactly where it is happening and perhaps discern something in advance from the location. It says it should be pointed out that the second acknowledgement grants the rights to have attendees be included in footage that is either filmed or otherwise recorded. That would suggest a filmed event, which is what many fans are already speculating with the YouTube video set to lift its embargo for viewers like us at 5 o'clock our time today. So we're going to find out
Oh,
what's
is it
up.
5 o'clock LA time or 5 o'clock our time?
It was 3 o'clock Pacific time.
So 5 o'clock our time.
Yes, 5 o'clock our time.
So they might do like a live show.
Yeah.
They may like come out and be like, yo,
We're going to perform.
here's this gal or guy, and here's three
Hit
new,
it.
here's 3 new songs.
Hit it.
I can't wait.
You know they got a double album ready for sure.
That's awesome.
Green Day were pulled from the stage for security reasons last night. 2 verses into their 5th song, Longview, they were in Detroit. It turns out the concerns had to do with a drone that somebody flew into the stadium. Detroit police issued a statement and said that the band was taken off stage and shortly went back on stage to perform, and noted they had located the drone operator outside the park, detained him pending further investigations. The band went on to play their full 37-song set, and Billy Joe said, you know, there ain't no mother effer that's going to stop us. I'll tell you that. However,
the drone
a
stopped
mother
them.
effer did stop you.
Yeah, at least for a little while.
At least for a little while.
So they flew a drone into the stadium.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Scorpions have canceled all of their concert dates for the rest of the month. Guitarist Matthias Jobs revealed the extent of injuries he suffered after a nasty fall. He said, I had a bad accident in my rented summer house. I fell down the stairs with 16 steps, broke my left pinky twice. I also broke my left heel.
Dang.
I had surgeries on both hand and foot, and the best specialists I could find say now it's time to heal and start some physical therapy for a speedy recovery. He says he doesn't want, you know, they'll be back, but this sucks. The Scorpions, I think they were just going out on a 50th anniversary. They just
And
did a
this the bass
residency.
player?
This is the guitarist.
Oh, guitarist.
Dang,
Yeah.
and those fingers got enough going against them after 50 years of guitar
Right.
playing. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And you
For
can
sure.
afford. I mean, break my right pinky. Please don't break my left pinky.
Queen
The one that
guitarist.
goes on the fretboard.
Yeah.
I know it sucks. If he has a, that'd be if you're right-handed, you fret with your
Play
left.
fret with
yeah,
your left.
play with your left.
Queen guitarist Brian May shared that he recently suffered a minor stroke, but not to fear. He's doing okay. He can still play. Brian says, all of a sudden, out of the blue, I didn't have control over my left arm. So it's a little scary, I have to say. He is on restrictions for now as he recovers. He's not allowed to drive, to get on a plane, or do anything that will elevate his heart rate. But he says, don't email him. He doesn't want his inbox flooded with sympathies. He says he's cool. You just got to get through it.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
The first ever Giddy Up Music Festival in Vegas has been canceled. It was supposed to be a 3-day event in October with headliners like Leonard Skinner and Elle King. Organizers of the event posted the announcement on social media, but didn't say what exactly happened. They just said that they're truly sorry and that all tickets would be refunded in 7 to 10 business
The
days.
Giddy Up Fest?
The Giddy Up Fest has gone bye-bye. Some quickies for you. Oasis have added 2 more shows to Wembley on September 27th and 28th. The group says tickets will be sold by a staggered invitation-only ballot process. Applications to join the ballot will be opened first to many UK fans who were unsuccessful in the initial on sale with Ticketmaster. So they're going up against these bots and all these people trying to do the third-party selling. Out today is the documentary of U2's residency at the Sphere called VU2. It opens. U2 is going to, or I'm sorry, Weezer is going to release a 30th anniversary edition of the Blue Album with 36 unreleased tracks. That's
So
huge.
I read this story about so these Oasis tickets are in such high demand in the UK. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Right.
How much of a hot ticket that is. So it was a story of a guy who, when he was a kid, 16 or 17 years old, found where Liam Gallagher lived, and him and his buddies went to Liam Gallagher's house, knocked on the door, and they said Liam Gallagher was cool about everything.
That's nice.
He's cool about it. And
And they haven't been seen since.
The kid looked in the house and saw a platinum record up on the wall and said, "Can I have that?" And Liam goes, "Yep,
Cool.
here it is." Liam Gallagher gave a platinum record to this kid who just asked for it.
Just goes to
knocked on
show.
the door.
If you don't ask, you'll never know.
Yep.
So
know?
he
Not
said he would
yes, no.
trade in that platinum record for one ticket.
Whoa.
Would you? Is that? I don't think that's a good deal.
No.
If you've never seen them live, though, I would.
Yeah, what else could you sell it for? I mean,
You don't
put-
sell that. You just that. I mean, that's a
You hoard
truly
that.
one of a kind. If there's a story behind it,
It's not a one of a kind. You can have one made.
no, you can't. Not that it's Liam Gallagher's. This is Liam Gallagher's, the guy, the singer of the band.
Yeah, I get
from
it.
his house.
This is an incredible story, but like, you got to go back and be like, "Excuse me, can you sign this certificate of
Right.
authentication, please?"
I mean, it
Because it's
doesn't-
just a story at that
yeah, but it's
point.
not something you
Yeah.
sell. It's something that you have forever.
Yeah, I guess so. Are they honoring that? Are they going to give him a ticket? Like they're going to reach out and be like, "Yo, Liam's been missing that platinum record.
That'd be funny. If they
Here's a
did.
ticket."
I don't know. Is that worth it for a ticket?
I think so.
No
Especially if you've never
way.
seen the band before. I mean, I would rather. I want to see them perform. That's a
I'm
big
sure it's
deal.
going to be great for a couple hours.
I think
and
it
you're
would
going
be
to get
funny
home.
if it was Noel's record.
that he gave
Oh
away.
yeah. It says
Yeah,
presented
you
to
can have
Noel.
that one.
No, it's going to be great. Hey, I went to go see my favorite band of all time, and then after the show, you're like, "Damn, I gave away a priceless piece of memorabilia."
But wait a second. So this guy tracked down Liam's address, went there, got something, and you're telling me he just let it be? He didn't go back and say, "Can I have the piano?" Or, "Hey, what's up, Liam? Let's be buds. Let's go for
Well,
coffee."
getting's good.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
This guy was obsessive enough to track down and,
Yeah, but
and
they were
knock on his
kids.
door.
Feels like a move to me.
What?
Feels like a free ticket grab. Feels like, well, mention the story, mention you're willing to trade it, put it out there in the media, see if you get the invite from Liam. You know what I mean?
Oh, right,
It
right,
feels like a little bit of a move.
Oh, that maybe it's not actually.
I don't think
from
he'll
that?
actually trade it. I think it's just a move to be like,
Oh, is it?
remember me?
I'm back.
Yeah, I do.
You little psycho.
My security has your picture.
Oasis
scared me, so I gave
superfan
away this.
gifted Morning Glory gold disc by Liam Gallagher, offers to return it for reunion ticket.
Huh.
That's wild.
Jamie Foxx is going to open up about last year's health scare during a one-man show he's calling What Had Happened Was An Evening with Jamie Foxx. The caption says, "Join us for an unforgettable one-man show," as Jamie Foxx takes the stage to share his journey through a serious health scare filled with humor, heart, and inspiration. As you remember, last year in April, he experienced a medical complication that had him hospitalized, going through rehab. He emerged last July, thanking fans for all their support, but he never really divulged what had happened to him. And so this is going to take place in Atlanta on October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So we will know soon a little bit more about his health and what happened. It looks like Johnny Depp got his teeth fixed. Last year we were talking about how his teeth were all rotted. There was that TMZ photo of him having a great time.
They look all like stained and gnarly.
Yeah, they looked unkempt, rather unkempt. And so now he's got pearly whites. There's a beautiful video of him on Instagram where he was just living it up on vacation in the Bahamas, smiling ear to ear, and his teeth look awesome. So congratulations on his new
On the new
veneers.
teeth.
Allison Brie is going to play the villain Evelyn in the He-Man movie Masters of the Universe.
Hell yeah.
The film's plot is being kept under wraps right now, so we don't know too much about it. It was previously in development at Sony and Netflix, and it's being produced by Escape Artists and Mattel Films.
Didn't Dolph Lundgren play He-Man in a movie?
Yup. Dude, she rules. She's so cute.
Who's
and
this?
So talented.
Allison Brie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's good. There's a strong rumor about a potential Nintendo Switch 2. The gaming industry reporter Chris Dring wrote on X about industry whispers around something Switch 2 related happening later this month. There's not much going on, but if you're a Nintendo Switch fan, you might want to wait and see. And finally, I love music documentaries. I was thinking about it this morning, how I haven't watched the Sound City documentary in a while.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's wonderful. Dave Grohl,
Oh, you haven't watched it in a while? Like
a while.
that's something you rewatch?
I do, yeah. I just love it because it's so cool to hear about that iconic studio, and I love that Dave Grohl made it, and I love him having that Neve console at his 606 Studios, and there's so many bands from like Rat to Buckingham Nicks to I don't know, and they have all the different people, the producers, and like I love that Stephen Piercy of Rat was in love with one of the women who was the receptionist of Sound City, and they have her on there, and she is a total babe, and all the guys, all these famous dudes are like, we were all in love with her, and when they were making music, they would have her come in and listen, and she never dated any of these guys or anything, and she just was this cool chick that happened to be there that got to hear all this music, iconic music first. So yeah, I love that documentary. Unfortunately, it did not make the top 10 of the best documentaries of music of all time.
I'll tell you some of my favorites. Okay, so Anvil, the story of Anvil.
Oh, it's the
great one.
the best.
That is a great documentary.
It's so good.
The Rush documentary
Yes.
on a lighted stage.
Very good.
Excellent.
This is Spinal Tap.
Incredible.
Maybe the
That
best.
does not count as
Ups,
a documentary.
downs, everything in between.
The History of the Eagles is a great one. All of which we are talking about have not made the top 10.
Amy, the
Rattle-
Amy Winehouse doc is really good.
Rattle and
one's
Hum.
good.
That's not a doc, is it?
They'll say Woodstock is probably.
Oh, yeah.
Woodstock is the number one. Let me give this to you and say if we've seen it. So The Kids Are All Right from 1979. This is all about The Who. It's footage from their various tours, archived performances.
Give Me Shelter.
Gimme Shelter's on there at number 7.
That's the Scorsese Rolling Stones one.
All about Altamont. Number 9.
Did Scorsese? Did he do that one? Give Me
He
Shelter?
did one of them.
Remember,
I feel like he did that one. Number 9 was Freestyle, The Art of Rhyme, which is all about hip hop, came out in 2000. Don't Look Back from 1967 follows Bob Dylan around, archival performances and about his life. Gimme Shelter at number 7, which covers the murder at Altamont. Number 6, Amazing Grace, which was filmed a little bit in 1972 and then finished in 2018. That's Aretha Franklin's 2-night recording session for her gospel album, Amazing Grace.
Rock and Roll Parking Lot.
No, but that is incredible.
That is a great documentary.
Scratch is number 5. This is from 2001. This talks about the origins of hip hop with Jam Master Jay, even going into different people like DJ Shadow. Number 4, Summer of Soul. This came out a couple years ago. It's all about the Harlem Cultural Festival. Sly and the Family Stone is featured in that. Number 3, have you seen Stop Making Sense about the Talking Heads?
No, I've not seen that yet.
It's so good, and it's on HBO Max right now. It's all about their performance, and it's so cool to see. It's almost like a straight shot performance of Talking Heads. It's neat, and I love his suit.
And that's number 3?
That's number 3. The Decline of Western Civilization. I just saw this, part 2, The Metal Years. This came out in 1988. It's all about metal bands and how insane they were.
Oh. Was that the one with Aerosmith in it?
Yeah.
With Steven. That's the one where Steven Tyler's talking about. It's like, we work so hard to try to get here, and when you get here, you're just willing to do anything to just keep stroking it. And that's what he was. He was like, you bring in other writers and you do this, and sometimes you do stuff.
Everybody's coked out of their mind.
Yeah, but it's honestly, it's one of the most like aware interviews that I heard, and it inspired me to like admit where you are in the industry, and like, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in that. I forgot about that one.
It's really good. So that's number 2,
and the other one is Some Kind of Monster.
No. Number 1's Woodstock. Which
Some
is great
Kind of
too.
Monster is, I mean, it has to be top 3, right? In your own list.
Yeah, it's top 10 at least.
It was the most entertaining
mess
debacle.
Right.
Yeah, it was just incredible to watch. I couldn't believe I was watching Metallica melt.
Well, this whole list, Vulture put out the 50 best, so everything that we really talked about and touched on is part of this list, but that was your top 10. And that was your crap on celebrities.
Celebrities.
Even if you don't like it, the band, I'm a fan, obviously, but the Judd Apatow Avett Brothers doc on HBO is really good, called May It Last.
Yeah, it's good.
It is really good.
Yeah, the Wrecking Crew is good too.
Oh, the Wrecking Crew's great.
Yeah, that one's awesome. I just watched that one.
Sonic Highways, too, from
That's
Foo
good.
Fighters. I like that.
What's the one with the
Searching for Sugar Man? Have you guys seen that?
yeah.
Yes.
That's a good
That's a good one, too.
Crossroads with Ralph Macchio?
Nope.
Where he trades his soul or something
All right, let's
like
do
that.
birthdays.
Hey, honestly though, what is the one where they're talking about all the hired guns?
It's called Hired
That's
Guns.
that one.
Oh, it
Wrecking
is?
Crew.
Oh,
No.
Wrecking Crew.
No, that's a different one. Wrecking Crew is about the Muscle Shoals.
But they're hired to like do all the studio
But there's
stuff.
one called Hired Guns.
Oh.
Where it's talking like to Lukather and some other people.
Jason Hook is one of the guys.
Oh, that's Captain's brother.
The Tina Turner documentary, too, that came out a couple years ago is excellent.
All right, Moon.
Celebrities celebrating a birthday today. Well, let's start with this. Freddie Mercury would have been 78. Raquel Welch. When do you think she died?
She died a couple years ago or last year, right?
Last year?
23.
Yeah.
She'd have been older. Bob Newhart, when do you think he died?
This year, didn't he?
That was
Just
this
died.
year.
Wow.
I feel like that was
He
a couple
just
years
died.
ago. That's right.
Would have
He
been his birthday today, too?
He would have been 95. Skandar Keynes, that's Edmund from the Chronicles of Narnia. He's 33. Annabelle Wallace is 40. That's Jenny from the Tom Cruise Mummy movie. Also, the pregnant mom in Annabelle. Carice Van Houten. She's the Red Priestess Melisande from Game of Thrones. She's 48. Rose McGowan is 51. Dweezil Zappa is 55. Brad Wilk, the drummer for Rage Against the Machine and Audioslave, is 56. Michael Keaton, Beetlejuice, and Batman, he's 73. George Lazenby.
Oh, the one James Bond movie.
The forgotten James Bond. He had one called On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
People don't like it.
It divided Bond fans so much that he was fired immediately and eventually replaced by Roger Moore. He's 85. And William Devane. That's President Heller on 24.
Now he's hawking gold.
That's right. He's also the president on The Dark Knight Rises. He's the director in Space Cowboys and Knots Landing. He is 85 years old
I
today.
met him
William Devane? Seems like a nice guy.
on the set of the movie Poor White Trash that they filmed in Southern Illinois.
Oh, yeah, with Jamie What's-Her-Face.
Jamie Presley, he was in it, and they told the working title was called Goodbye Sunrise, about a fictional town called Sunrise, Illinois, and the guy got all these permissions to shoot at all these locations in Southern Illinois. Like, all these businesses gave him permission to shoot, and then when the film came out, it was called Poor White Trash.
Whoops. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's Where Fun and Fantasy Meet, is Red Fox. And today's birthday girl has been in 134 fine films, including 20 Minutes in Heaven, 00 Heaven, not 007, but 00 Heaven, The Initiation of a Maid, The Lesbian Bachelorette, Lucky Fingers, Submissive Seductions, Unmentionable Pleasures, The Whole Shebang, and Who Can Forget a Role? In 2019's, and this is Scott's favorite, Juice Tasting. Red Fox is 32 years old. It's porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. Scott, get me Anthony Stalter on the phone. We'll talk to him after the break.
All righty, sounds good.
It's 8:13. It is Thursday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to the 29th. We have delays 70 eastbound between 5th Street and Earth City Expressway. There's also a stalled vehicle 170 southbound just after St. Charles Rock Road. Your point forecast hotter and a bit more humid today. High of 91. Right now it's 75 at the Point Studio.
Play it.
Welcome back to the program. Joining us on the hotline from 101 ESPN's The Fast Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Anthony Stalter. We're friends right now. We're friends right now.
We are. We're good buddies.
He's on the racetrack.
After tonight's kickoff, we're enemies, mortal enemies.
I signed the contract. It just said enemies in blood. I just checked it.
Yeah, we signed a blood deal. So we're friends right now. But when's kickoff? What time tonight?
6:30.
It's late. It's 7:20, I think.
Oh.
7:20?
7:20 or 7:30.
All right. So after 7:20, we're enemies again. Are you in a
I
wind
always
tunnel?
enjoy. Yeah, well, so I'm at I'm dropping off the kids. All right, so no curse words, Lern.
All right.
But Auntie Lern wants to teach them what she knows.
Hey, so are we ready for this pick'em challenge? We're ready to go?
Yeah, we just got to set the terms.
Okay, then. Let's do it.
Hey. Man, coming into a negotiation hot.
Sorry, we brought Big Terry in to negotiate our end.
Oh no, I wasn't prepared for this.
It's called the You Want It, You Got It Accords.
That's right.
All right, so Brandon Kiley's on your team this year.
Yes.
He is your fifth.
Yes.
Everybody's all signed in for the Pick'em Challenge. We're ready to go. We've made our picks already. So there's a couple questions here. Number one, let's get this whole tiebreaker thing out of the way. Let's get it set in stone. If we are tied for the week, what's going to happen?
I say so the computer does its thing. It gives us all number rankings. Whatever the rankings are, I say we go with those rankings. So if you guys have more points than we do from the tie-breaking standpoint rankings, you guys win the week.
So are we
I
going
know
to
Moon's
are we going to
I know
add
Moon's
up?
a big soccer guy. Yeah, we'll just add them up.
So we will add or do an average, like who's got the. So is the lower the number, the better, or the higher the number?
I was told there'd be no math.
If
I can't remember.
If I remember, it does like a point difference, and if I'm off by 3 points, I think it says like -3 or something, which would be better than -10.
Yes, I think it's a plus system. So I think the higher the points based on like the tiebreaker, the better. So we total up your 5 and our 5. You guys got a higher number. You guys win that week. Because while Moon loves soccer, there should be no draws. Okay?
Yeah, there should be
no
draws.
ties.
No ties.
A higher number of what? I'm trying to make
Like
this right in my head.
Yeah, whatever I can't remember what the actual numbers were, like Moon saying, +3, +4, whatever.
Okay.
There's always a little number associated with how many points you get. So, Rafe, if you get like 8 points for the week, you'll also have a little rating above that number. We'll use that little rating if we need the tiebreaker.
Cumulatively,
And
are we
high
gonna
is
take
good?
Yeah, higher's good.
Okay.
Higher's good. So
I get it now.
So we'll add up everybody's numbers, and then
Correct.
the highest total score wins.
Cumulative. Got it.
Okay. Got it?
Got it. Perfect. Good. I'm glad we got
Lock it
that issue. Yep,
All right.
lock it in.
As far as the winner at the end of the season, so of course we'll do the, race show presented by the Fast Lane presented by the race show thing. Do you have any other things you want to put in as a punishment?
So we were talking about this on air yesterday, and I don't know if anybody heard, but we were thinking let's tie it into a charity this year. Whatever we do, whatever the punishment is, let's tie it into the charity. So some suggestions were like we do a 5K. Nobody likes to run. Okay, that's not a sport. Nobody likes to move their body on either show. So I think like a 5K with a toss into charity, or somebody suggested like a dunk tank where people can pay to do the dunk tank, or the one time you guys did like the egg thing, something where somebody can donate to punish us. We get punished as a team, and then we get the kids or somebody involved.
Yeah, I kind of do like the dunk tank idea. Moose,
That way
you
it's a
gonna say
punishment
no?
overall.
No, you're not thinking, dude.
What?
What did you hate so much last year that we had to do? You got in cold water in the winter.
Well, I will do the dunk tank in July, of course.
And now I was like, and now you want to do it again?
We're gonna hypothermia.
It's the one thing you
we'll
said.
do the dunk tank in July.
You said never again.
I said never get into the polar plunge.
Well, this is a polar plunge over and over.
This is the polar tank, dude.
With someone throwing
it's
a
a
ball
polar
at
tank?
you.
There's a polar bear.
Well, we never said what month we're going to do it in.
That's true.
Yeah. Plus, Riz, you never know. If somebody doesn't have an arm, they whiff a few times, you don't get punished at all.
He's right.
None of us like to move, so the 5K should just be out. Let's just throw that out
Yeah.
now. Nobody wants to do that.
I was.
Now, see, Lern, I always viewed you as one of the smartest on the show, and this is why.
Thanks.
I was thinking before the show, like, let's do the losing team has to do a choreographed music video to the song of the winning team's choice. So all I thought was, in my head, I had the Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way, and you guys all dressed like Backstreet Boy members doing a choreographed dance on video that's going to
And
live forever.
we can put it on a Patreon so people have to pay to see it, and then that money goes to charity.
It's not bad. The only thing is, as we know, Moon's a rock star, and now Lern's a rock star because she hangs out with Fred Durst.
That's
Now, don't. It could be the most uncool song that you guys pick. It could be an achy breaky heart that we have to do a choreographed
Yes.
dance.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lern probably can, but I can't dance.
I love to dance, so I'm in.
Can we do both? Can we do the dunk tank, and we take it up a notch this year? It is 2024. We do both. We do a choreographed dance and the dunk tank. Dunk tank proceeds go to some charity. As a charity of the winner's choice.
Does the Fast Lane have a annual event where we could put the dunk tank where the Riz Show would show up at your event with the dunk tank?
Well, the Fast Lane doesn't like to do much. Yeah. So no, we don't have an event. However, I'm sure Tommy Mattern, our big boss, would love to have some sort of like fast lane live, and maybe we just do it, there or earlier that day or something like that. But Lern, we're not good human beings at 101 ESPN. So, well, you know what? Randy's a great human being.
Randy's
the fast lane.
Brooks great.
Brooks great, too.
And Brooks great. It's really just us in the fast lane. We're miserable.
A good guy.
Yeah, and Tanner and Mike Wright. Everybody's great.
Except for those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that you're mentioning everybody but us.
Yeah.
So I see what you're doing.
You should do that, though. We could go to like a whatever bar, and we could put a dunk tank in the parking lot. I've done this at Helen's before. You guys could broadcast live, and vice versa. Like, we would broadcast our show. What? You're shaking your head. Okay, well, never mind then, I guess.
They could broadcast their show.
We would put the dunk tank outside of this parking lot. If we would be on the air in here in the comfort, and then they will be in the parking lot.
I'm okay with both. I'm okay with both punishments.
Okay.
Okay. Deal. There we go. So then that way we get both, but we ratchet it up a little bit. We get 2 punishments going, plus the weekly punishment, and we do agree to the weekly punishment.
And you will post all your shots on the air as soon as they happen?
Yes. Deal.
Okay. Deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good? We're locking it in?
Wow.
Well, we ain't going to lose anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's great.
It's
Lock it
our
in.
year to win. I'm sick of being a loser.
We're winners.
We're always winners.
Learn, you're never a loser, okay?
Don't play
You're
fair
winner.
on the air.
We're winners. And we're going to win this.
I've got myself an NFL coach that's helping me this year with my picks.
Dang.
Oh, you went the Rafe route when Rafe decided to work with like former pro Pete Rose before the home run derby.
Didn't he use roids?
Pete Rose, no. He's
Psychotic. I got a contract from Psychotic and Scott Cooper.
Oh.
There you go. That's right. It was Coop. That's right. I thought it was Pete Rose.
He leveled out. He gave me that softball swing.
You look good, man. People
Thanks,
are still
pal. You
talking
too,
about
buddy.
that home run derby. Yeah, people are still talking about the night that Rafe owned the crowd.
We're not allowed to talk about it here. In this,
Riz, people are still talking about.
Yeah,
you.
I know. You don't have to bring it up again.
All the tears in Mudville.
You don't have to bring it up again.
Are you guys excited about the football season or what?
I am. So let me ask you a question. Any early predictions? Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Well, I can't. Here's the thing: you can't count out the frickin' Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and they added, Xavier Worthy. He runs a 4.2. That's what Rafe ran in high school. 4.2.
Yeah, that's right. Backwards.
Xavier Worthy. No, the Chiefs are good. This matchup tonight is absolutely fascinating. You got the Ravens, you got the Chiefs. Ravens added Derrick Henry, a big bruising back from the Titans. That was one of the things we were criticized last year when these two teams met in the AFC title game, where they didn't run the football. The Ravens didn't run the football. So tonight's matchup is interesting. There's some couple teams in the NFC that might be sneaky good this year. Like, I think the Commanders aren't going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be more interesting. The Falcons added Kirk Cousins, so now that they didn't have a quarterback last year. They won 7 games. So I think that's a team that could sneak up on people. The Eagles have a talented roster. So, in the NFC, I think that's going to be interesting. But if I were to choose like a Super Bowl right now, I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan. So I'm gonna go Ravens. I did this last year with the Ravens, but I'm gonna go Ravens and Eagles. Because I think the Eagles are flying under the radar.
I'm going Chiefs and 49ers.
Again,
you're running it back.
Yes, we're gonna have a redo.
Is Aaron Rodgers going to make a difference for the Jets this year?
Riz, you're talking to the biggest Aaron Rodgers hater in ever. I just,
me too.
I can't stand Aaron. I can't stand his face.
Me
I
too.
can't stand. I mean, he's got the most punchable face in ever, Bob. And my kids are in the car now, so I'm sure this is really good information that I'm giving our kids, not only your listeners. But here's the thing. In all honesty, with Aaron Rodgers, right? Like, everybody loves the Jets this year. They got a great defense. They've got some exciting skill players. But it's the Jets. Riz,
I know. The Jets are the Jets.
Exactly. So Aaron Rodgers, 2 years ago, I didn't think he had his great year. He's 2 years older. He's coming off the Achilles injury. Robert Saleh, the head coach, looks completely, over his skis. Yeah. The organization's terrible. So, no, I think the Jets are going to implode. They're going to do Jets-like things.
Listen, I remember the O'Brien and Mark Gastineau days of the Jets.
Yeah, Mark Gastineau. Wow, that's a shout-out. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a Giants fan still?
Yeah, I root for the Giants.
Okay, so you're miserable.
Yeah, I'm miserable. It's been a rough couple years. You ready to see? Go ahead.
Everybody else Chiefs fans?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
You ready to see Tom Brady in the broadcast booth this season? That's going to be
I
interesting.
think he's going to be phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, I've done this long enough where either I'm observing or I work with former athletes where if the guy is willing to talk, cool. If he's worried about upsetting his buddies after just playing in the league, they're terrible. But I think Tom Brady, what does he have to prove? I mean, best-looking guy in America, if not the world. He's got tons of money. He's got the Super Bowl rings. He's not going to be intimidated. So I think in the broadcast booth, he's actually going to give us some insight to not only the game but a lot of the players. And he's going to be fair but critical. I think Brady's going to be incredible.
I think he's going to be good too.
He'll be good, and I think you said it right. Like the fact that he's willing to say some pretty gnarly things about people.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's come out in like the last year and like he's been pretty
He's gone
candid.
scorched earth on some
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying. He's been pretty candid about a few things. So I think you're probably right. As much as people probably want to see him fail, I don't think he will.
Who's he being matched up with? Who's the play-by-play guy with him?
It's Giselle's jiu-jitsu
John
instructor.
Madden, right?
Yes.
No, not John. No,
It's not
John
John
Madden
Madden?
is not with us any longer.
Oh.
I called Joe Madden John Madden the other day. I said, the Cardinals should hire Joe Madden next. I said John Madden. That would be impossible, guys.
It would be because he's passed on.
Hey, listen, man. If there's anything I've learned in this business, anything is possible.
Yeah.
I think
That's
Cardinals
right.
fans would be okay with a deceased football coach taking Ollie Marmol's place at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually think you could sell that to the front office.
Anything is possible.
All right, Anthony, go
That's
drop the
right.
kids off.
Wait, hold on. We got
Thanks.
one more point of contention that
Go ahead.
I want to get out there.
Please.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
No,
I
go
know
ahead,
you got
go
your
ahead.
kids.
Proof.
Let's talk about, we had some issues last year with games getting changed after Thursday night.
Good call.
Are we going to lock in this year? We had some times that we played the system last year.
Oh,
you
that's
guys
had
weren't even
some-
playing the game.
We had a couple of weeks where there was an early lead. We'd get in on Sunday and people would match picks. And I think we put a kibosh on that about week 8. But
Yeah, we
we're
don't
going
want
to say from the beginning, once you lock in on Thursday, we're locked in, or can you pick all the way up till Sunday?
We would have won the year.
I say Sunday. I'll tell you what. I say Sunday at whatever the early kickoff
Sunday
is. then you
noon.
lock in.
So Sunday
Yeah.
noon. We're willing to bypass the Thursday night game, but no flipping Monday
No
night.
flipping Monday night.
Because we
All
had
right,
that happen a couple times.
That's fine. No matter. That's fine. So,
That's
but
still-
Sunday's fair because look, you got the injury reports and all that stuff. I think
100%
I
you'll
agree
be
with
able
you. I agree.
Okay.
You
cool.
guys are
All
agreeing,
right.
but that's a huge disadvantage for us.
Why?
Because these guys are talking football up until the second 2. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
we need
Like,
to start talking about it.
we're not. We're
Sunday-
doing our picks on Thursday and Friday, and then we're like having a normal weekend.
Yeah,
These
but
guys are not
Moon,
normal people.
We could change our picks depending on the research we do over the weekend.
I understand that, but I'm saying that adds more things to us where it's a natural environment for them. It's a disadvantage to us. That's
We
all. I'm
just,
We're at a
saying.
disadvantage because we don't talk sports anyway.
Yeah, I just want to lock it in because last year we lost a couple weeks. We were down by like 2 points, and then they just put their Monday night
Got
picks
iced
to
out.
match ours, and we got iced out. And I don't want to. They got writers down there crunching the numbers, dude, and I know what's going on.
We don't got a number crunch.
We don't have Scott's. God bless him, but he's not in there crunching the numbers. He's actually blowing on a pinwheel right now as I'm looking through the window.
It's a different show.
Moon, if it makes you feel any better, I have been known to switch off of winning picks on
Oh, yeah.
Sunday.
Oh, you're
to
not
losing.
worried about it. I've seen your numbers.
You son of a. All right, you know what? Now we're enemies.
No, tonight
Anthony-
we're enemies.
All right,
Anthony-
Sunday noon. Got it.
Good luck. Let this be a fair and let the spirit of sportsmanship take us through every week this season, and we'll see you on the other side.
Well said.
And
Hey,
don't forget to show your proof, show your work. Your losers every week need to be seen.
We need to be tagged in that. We need to tag each other's shows in the post, I think, so we all are alerted.
listen,
Hey.
let's all get together. Let's tag each other, and I think
brought
it'll be
that
fun.
up.
We'll be tagged.
Your kids are still in the car, aren't they? Okay, great.
No, I dropped them off. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
that's how that got through. Awesome.
All right, Anthony, the great Anthony Stalter from the Fast Lane. Make sure you tune in
See you guys. Thank you.
every weekday from 2 to 2. You guys are on till 6, right?
He gone.
8.
It's 6. It's 2 to 6.
2 to 6. Wow. Hey, are the Van Halen guys here?
They're here.
Whoa!
I love it.
They in the lobby.
I'm so excited.
Van Halen in studio next. It
In the
is
house.
8:40. It is Thursday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro fueled racing at NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to the 29th. We got delays 270 eastbound between 44 and 64. Further south, there are delays 270 eastbound between 44 and Big Bend. Why it didn't just say delays between Big Bend and the upper exit, I don't know. Your point forecast, hotter and a bit more humid. High of 91 right now. It's 75 at the Point Studio.
Trees out.
Yep.
We got a full studio, a packed house. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Halen in the
Check 1, 2.
house.
Can you
Oh,
hear
it
me?
works.
All right.
Check 1, 2. Does it work? Yep. It works. Yeah. It works. Also, not only is Van Halen here, but the mayor of Granite City, Mike Parkinson, is here.
What's up, everybody?
Man, we got it all today. Am I right?
Tell you all about it.
Oh yeah. So Van Halen tonight at the Mill in Granite City, which is 1311 20th Street. 7 o'clock is the show. The world's most authentic tribute to Van Halen.
That's exactly it.
That's what you guys are.
Right. Yeah, yeah. The the most amazing image you could perceive, when it comes down to it, wow, I could really hear myself. I think I am Dave.
And you sound great.
Right. Can you hear me out there, ladies and gentlemen? It's we've been doing this for about 15 years now, and historically, there's been a lot of them that do it, in every town across the country, they're like 7-Elevens, but we've definitely kind of tuned in on the soulful, spiritual energy of Van Halen.
Well, hell, we grew up with it, man.
Yeah.
We were in the epicenter, right? We were in Los Angeles, and when Van Halen hit the scene, we were the first to know about it,
Yeah, when was the last, well, I'm sorry, what was the first Van Halen song you guys listened to? What was your introduction to Van Halen?
Sure, I had an older brother, and him and his buddies were listening to something. We didn't know what the hell it was, and it was Ice Cream Man. And we're like, oh, that's no, we're into Ted Nugent at the time. We're into Aerosmith and Kiss, and all of a sudden we hear Ice Cream Man. We're like, well, what's that? And then we hear ba-ba-da-shoo-ba-doo-wop-ba-dum. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then we heard Running with the Devil. And that changed everything.
Yeah.
Right when
for
we
me,
heard that.
it was Running the Devil for me as well.
Was it?
There was an older kid who lived next door to me, and he had a pool, and I could hear him playing Running with the Devil by his pool, and I'm like, what is that? I want to know who these guys are.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Light Up the Sky for me, is definitely the flashpoint. I was maybe an album in too late, but we were at a friend's house. He was having a pool party. Parents were gone. The beer was out. We were having a great time, and all of a sudden he had his dad's Onkyo, whatever the turntables were in those days, and the Rogers Sound Lab speakers, and put the needle on the vinyl, and I was like, what the heck is that?
Change your life.
Oh, yeah. Basically, blew my ears right off, and that was it. That song still to me. So, yeah, that was the one for me.
Does the band know about you guys? Have they been to your shows?
I don't think they've ever been to the show. They certainly know who we are and what we. In fact, we got a letter from Mr. Edward, rest in peace, about our name of the band, saying, "Hey, we love the name of the band. We think it's great." So they definitely know about us.
That's awesome.
That's cool, man.
Does Mr. David Lee Roth know about Van Halen?
I'm sure he does. He hasn't mentioned it, but I'm sure he does.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's pissed off. But yeah,
I was wondering if Alex knew that you actually have Michael Anthony in the band. Dude, you look just like the freaking guy. I was like, oh my God.
A lot of facial surgery later.
Paid off, man.
Does Michael Anthony know that Michael Anthony is in this band?
And you play the Jack Daniels bass.
I do. Dude. I have the Jack Daniels bass, and it's a funny thing because I've been playing music all my life, and all my life, like in the '80s and '90s, people are like, man, you look like Michael Anthony, man. I've heard that all my life, so I'm very fortunate to be in the band now.
That's so cool.
Heck yeah.
And when you go to a Van Halen show, it's the whole thing. I mean, I know you come out dressed as Diamond Dave. You're doing the jumps, the splits. Are you doing any kata on stage?
a little bit of this and that. Yeah, we kind of take it to the dojo a little bit on the stage.
Yeah, baby. Got any katanas?
Katana, yeah, those are great drinks. I have a couple after the show, but pre-show.
Got a few katanas to take the edge off.
Take the edge off all the
Get it,
time with
brother.
that.
So that go with vodka? Or?
I feel akin to the rock and roll. I was born and raised in the town just south of Pasadena. A place called San Gabriel. A sleepy little Mexican town there, and I was born in the suburbs, just like Van Halen was. The boys were where they tear the trees out and name the streets after him.
Yeah, speaking of naming streets, Hagar just got his own street at Riverport, so I'm curious with the mayor of Granite City in attendance today if we get a little Diamond Dave Avenue down in Granite City.
Listen, Granite City is one of those old school rock and roll towns, and for us to be able to start bringing this kind of atmosphere to the city, you never know. We the one thing the mayor does get to do, I get to name the streets. So we get a new street, you just never know.
Hey, if Diamond Dave shows up to Granite City,
that would be awesome.
Diamond Dave Avenue. Oh, man. That would be sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Driving down. Imagine, your Waze saying, turn right on Diamond Dave Avenue.
Imagine being able to put that on your address, like shipping address. 123 Diamond Dave Avenue.
I'll buy a
Granite
house on
City.
that street.
Steel City, USA. That's tight.
Diamond Dave Way.
If it's not 5150. Diamond Dave.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Every address is 5150.
It could definitely happen.
It could, yeah. Diamond Dave, if you're listening, come on down to Granite City. They'll put the right carpet out for
If
you.
not, Van Halen's going to come show up in your place.
That's right. Let me ask the question that it's the elephant in the room. Will there be any Sammy Hagar songs tonight?
There will not.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that?
Hell yeah.
How about that, race fans?
We played, Sammy had us play a pool party about 2 weeks ago in Scottsdale, Arizona. He was playing at the Talking Stick Amphitheater, and so we played the Talking Stick Casino pool. So we had to play some Sammy songs, so we know them.
Was he in attendance?
He was not.
Okay.
No, he was not, but it was a good time for sure, and we did play, Pound Cake, and we played Why Can't This Be Love? So we can play it.
You know the song.
We know the songs.
If you're going tonight to the Mill in Granite City, do not expect to hear any Van Hagar songs.
You will not hear it tonight.
But that's
not unfortunate at all.
That's true. There's Dave brought the party, and those were the songs, that everybody kind of grew up with and, tripped over the coffee table coming home at 4 a.m. to,
Yeah.
I think you mentioned it perfectly right. I think everyone would have to admit that it's two bands. You got Van Halen with Diamond David Lee Roth, and you got Van Hagar with Sammy Hagar, and they're two great bands, but they're just two different bands. Even though the three of the guys are the same, the one difference is Diamond Dave, and that's just that's the music that most of us grew up.
There should be a Van Halen tribute band that just does the music of Gary Sharon.
Yeah.
that'd be fantastic.
How long would that
That would be
take?
amazing.
The unsung hero.
It's only Gary Sharon era Van Halen. Which
Thank you guys for getting here early. This is our last song.
I did get to see Van Halen once.
All right, that was our hit. Now some new stuff.
Kinda.
Which one?
It was like I was out by the pool this weekend, and then we were listening to some Black Sabbath, and Ian Gillan was in Black Sabbath for a hot second, and I didn't realize that,
Yeah,
that
he
blew
was.
my mind, So there you go. I guess every band goes through a tailspin.
It just didn't work out.
Just didn't work out. No, but I liked a couple of the songs on.
They weren't terrible.
They weren't terrible.
It wasn't as bad as people.
No,
as
it
people
was
make out to
Eddie's
be.
side project.
It really was.
Yeah.
I got to see Van Halen at Madison Square Garden back in 1998.
Yep.
With Gary Sharon.
Yep.
That's the only time I got to see Van Halen.
I saw the show. I saw the tour. It was at Glen Helen where they had the S festivals where they played. It's become an amphitheater now, so that's where I saw the Gary Sharon show.
And I remember enjoying the hell out of myself.
Oh, well, I mean, the band play was on fire.
It was
Eddie
great.
was fantastic. The band sounded great. And then, of course, Gary sang Roth-era songs, and he sang Sammy songs.
Yeah.
So he brought it all. So it was cool.
Have you guys ever all seen You guys have obviously all seen Van Halen in concert, correct?
Of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw him on the last tour with Dave, 1984. That was the one.
I saw that tour as well.
That you were there?
Yeah.
Oh,
San Diego.
wow.
They-
Oh, the 1984
Yeah.
album tour. Damn.
My first tour was 79. So I got to see him at the Forum, Los Angeles Forum in 1979. I was a kid. And older brother took me, and I remember thinking, oh, my God, I'm in the same room as Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
Of course, it was a big room. It was like 19,000 of us.
But you can still say you were in the
Yeah.
same. It still counts. I
Yeah.
was in the same room as Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
Which is awesome to see. To see that is he the best of all time?
I think so. You know, there's guys that may be more technical, like the Steve Vais of the world, you know, and the Bumblefoots and all these other guys who are just incredibly talented. But when it comes to game changer, it's Eddie. I mean, because we lived it, right? So kids today hear it and go, oh, yeah, I can do that. You know, you can do a million kids on YouTube playing Eruption. But before him, it was unheard of. So when we heard it for the first time, you said, what the hell is that? What is he doing? And every kid who played guitar had to try to figure out, either you said, oh, no, I'll never be able to do that, or you just strive to do it. And nobody can still do it, but we all try.
Yeah, so it's like, you could equate it to hearing Hendrix for the first time.
Yeah,
exactly right.
He was the next Hendrix, but his own thing. Right. He was our Hendrix for sure.
Created sounds that no one had ever heard before.
So innovative.
Even the tones, like even
totally.
if you knew that you could never shred like that dude.
Yeah,
I'm still working on
Right,
ripping his tone.
And, Moon's a great guitar player, and when you hear something like that, I'm sure you go, how do I do that? How can I figure out how to do that?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, there's so many, especially with all the digital stuff now. You can like get his tone. Mm-hmm. As soon as you start ripping it, you go, ooh, it's close, but I don't have his fingers or his skill, so I'll never have his tone.
The soul.
Yeah, it was his playing mixed with all these things, and there's no kidding. There's probably at least 4 amp settings that I have that all started with just a Van Halen ripoff, and then you try to make it your own in some way. But it's become like a standard point in a lot of guitar playing. It's just like, okay, you try to find the Brown sound or whatever you can get close to, and then you alter it and see how it can maybe work into your playing.
I got to record at Sunset Sound with where Van Halen was recorded, right? The first 5 albums were recorded there, and then I think the last album was recorded at Eddie's place. But I got to record there and try to emulate as close as we could. And of course, you just can't. It's like chasing a ghost,
Yeah,
you know?
it is. It is.
Yeah.
But I mean, not only did his guitar playing and his personality and everything change the game, as Hendrix did.
Yeah.
But he changed the game as far as tonality. I mean, every Guitar Center and all that's been chasing a Van Halen thing.
What about finger tapping? Nobody did that before, right?
A few people did, but Eddie took it to a whole different...
Eddie took it to another level.
And then, of course, the innovation in the equipment, right? The guitar that he put together was hey, they don't sell anything that I want. So he made
but
up
getting
this
back to
Frankenstein.
Diamond
Oh,
Dave.
yeah.
I'm telling you right now,
Thank you. I was waiting for this
because
to come full circle.
we're talking about, a couple guys on stage, it's almost like visiting a museum, I don't think they would ever got out of their bedrooms, playing
Very
that
true.
stuff, unless there was a little bit of a groove and a shuffle and a jam, going on stage. So Dave brought the whole kind of like, let's bring the girl into the mix, let's bring
Alex
the girls
admits
on this. Let's bring the girls on the dance floor. Let's get this thing moving, a little bit of,
Got some swagger.
Yeah, exactly. Ohio players, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let's pop that in there, and
I was reading an interview with Alex Van Halen, and he admits it. Goes, if Dave wasn't in the band, God love him. If he wasn't in the band, Eddie and I would be still playing in a garage somewhere.
Yeah,
just jamming.
You think Alex gets the credit he deserves? Just in general?
Well, yeah, I mean, he had big figures in that band. I mean, as a drummer, yeah, I think so. I mean, people know when you hear the drums, you know who's playing. So he has that, and he is an amazing drummer. He had the swing that he brought to that band, incredible.
Oh yeah, I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer, and I started doing this, as a drummer. But Alex Van Halen, most underrated drummer in rock and roll history. I think because he innovated like Eddie. Look at those drum sets he built. Those are like
18-piece drum
yeah,
sets?
that was insane. That was a visual, We listen with our eyes, of course, and this was that forum, in the 80s, and it's bigger and the better. Nowadays, it still is the same thing. You got jumbotrons, electronics, laser beams, and you got Beyonce running around in silver suits and stuff like that, which is not too bad. But back in the day, it was a full frontal assault. You got drums, you got guitar, you got bass. Those are the things, the main elements. But look at Alex Van Halen did with that thing.
Yeah, man.
4 bass drums. He was incorporating Simmons drums and he was putting Altec speakers into the front of those bass drums, miking those. So he's experimenting every year, just like Eddie was. But I mean, what a large monolith being to be shadowed by.
How about the fact that Eddie actually started out as a drummer?
Yeah.
Eddie started out as a drummer and was like,
Well, the story goes, I guess he was out throwing papers, right? When trying to pay for that drum set, and then Alex was playing the drums when he was out throwing papers, and he got better than him. He's like, "Oh, screw this."
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up the guitar and be the best at this.
Yeah.
The book Van Halen Rising by Greg Renoff. I don't know if anybody out there has checked that out. You should check it out. It's a great.
Nobody reads.
Nobody reads, right? Audiobooks, folks. Audiobooks, maybe. But there's some great stories in there. Jan Van Halen, the father, and they came over and they had this small little town. And what's the name of the street? Luna Vista?
Yeah, Luna.
Luna Vista, I think. Yeah, they had a little house in the back. And the garage and the house is still there. It's still intact, exactly. And they rehearsed in this little garage in the back. And I remember I was a Saturday and we went out to breakfast with my family, my dad and my brother and I drove by the house and went to the alley. There's where it started, right there, man.
It's history, man.
Yeah. So
you stand there, you try to get that energy.
Yes. Yeah. That's what it is.
Did you feel it?
Yeah, I felt it. And down the street there's a liquor store where the wet cement was, and they put their name, because they used to buy their beers and cigarettes in that liquor store, and there was wet one day. I guess they put VH in there. Is that the story? There's some great stories locally. You could just kind of hop, skip, and jump over there. So it's all history. It's all They're all backyard parties, man. They're all like this. I look at these shows as backyard parties. They had 16 SWAT cars, 3 helicopters there show up.
How many kegs?
About 18 to 20, maybe 20. A lot of beers. That was the 70s. Nobody, all the parents wanted the kids to go away on the weekend because they wanted to have their own party. Go do something. Get out of here. So the kids would find something to do. There was no clubs you get into. You were underage, and it's kind of still like that. So these huge parties, thousands of kids, and Van Halen kind of like was spawned out of that, post-Vietnam War era kind of thing, it was like, bam, it was like, I look at the history of Van Halen and what was going on. But, when it comes down to it, Diamond Dave, he brought the swagger, so we love Eddie, but we love Dave, too. So.
How about we play a song or two?
How much stretch? Why not? I'm warmed up now. Hey, what you put in this coffee here, Rizzo?
Before you play, I just want to know how much stretching is involved in before the Diamond Dave splits happen on stage.
Yeah, well, I could show you right now.
How many katanas and stretches do you have to get in you?
You kind of like go till right before you pull something, and then you pull something later on after the show.
Yes. The spirit of David Lee Roth flows through you.
Your hamstrings just open up.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
All right, so it's Van Halen at the Mill in Granite City tonight. It's 1311 20th Street. Doors at 6, showtime at 7. I think we're ready to have a tune or two played in the studio.
Yes.
Do we need to mic the guitar?
I think we're good. Moon?
All right, baby. Well, my baby, she don't want me around. She says she's tired of watching me fall down. Wants a good life and all the best, but I like that bottle a better than the rest. She says, I think that you're headed for a whole lot of trouble. Says, I think that you're headed for a whole lot of trouble. I think that you're headed for a whole lot of trouble. If you take your whiskey home. Yes.
Right. Nice.
Wow.
I think you sounded great.
Damn, I'm tripping, man. That was Van Halen, man.
Was Van Halen?
If you close your eyes,
That was a rehearsal for tonight.
Spirit of Dave compels you.
There.
Spirit of Dave compels you.
We have to rehearse now.
As the biggest Van Halen fan in the room, Rafe Williams.
I'm hard as a rock, dude. Don't look, boys.
All right.
a little too closely, guys, but I'm at full mast right now.
Oh, God. This man can't sit down.
Yeah, that's
Watch
right.
your language in front of the mayor.
Sorry, Mayor. I'm stand-hailing right now, you know?
I told you it's a steel mill town. We're used to this.
So y'all are based in L.A. or in Vegas or where?
We're based in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Los Angeles, Orange County. County.
So like,
Riverside.
touring around the country and doing this kind of stuff. And you said you started about 15 years ago. When you started, was the intent to go full out? Because I'm looking at videos of the show and it is like
It's a full out.
this is full blown.
You guys have taken this
everything.
around the world.
Or did it start as something more fun and then you're like, we are so freaking good at this? You guys are born for this. I mean, you see the live show you put together and you're like, this is incredible. But was it always the plan?
So it all started when I was doing a backyard party from my house. My brother played drums. I'm the guitar player. And I said, hey, we were doing, it was a luau. We were playing, Mezzaloo. We were playing Wipeout, those types of songs. I said, this year we're going to play only Van Halen. And my brother goes, what are you talking about? No, we're doing just Van Halen in the backyard. And it went off. You know what I mean? Everybody just went nuts. I said, we've got to just keep doing this. Yeah, this is a thing. So it just grew from that. All of a sudden, next thing was, hey, maybe we should grow our hair out.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we should put on some spandex. Are you crazy?
It grew from a guitar player with a brother with a drummer for a brother. Come on, man! You guys were built for this. This is so serendipitous.
Yeah, so that's how I do it. And then and finding these guys that have the you have to have a passion for it, right? To be able to be able to communicate it on stage, you have to be able to sell it. So we grew up on this music. This was it. This was it was. And when I was in high school, you had the guy who goes, "Oh yeah, that's the guy who loves Aerosmith. That's the Aerosmith guy. Oh, there's the guy who loves Paul Stanley. He's the Kiss." I was the Van Halen guy. Like, oh my God, I'm the Van Halen guy. So, all my friends like, well, the natural, of course, that's it.
Well, what were you guys doing for jobs before? I mean, is this a full-time job now, or do we still have day jobs?
Yeah, I just retired. I worked at Google. So I was a Google guy, and I was a weekend warrior. I'd go everywhere, around the country on the weekends, putting on my hair and pretending like I'm Eddie Van Halen. It was awesome. Yeah. So now I've just recently retired, and we're just doing this.
That's
Ernie?
cool.
Yeah, I was in a band, back in the day. We were signed to Warner Brothers, actually, Van Halen's label called Schlep Rock. It was a punk rock, kind of like during the 90s, ska kind of punk era. And then a band called The Generators were touring Europe and Germany and all that stuff. So, but I've always had a gig doing graphic arts, production art, design, all that jazz. So, that's kind of been my mainstay. I kind of go behind, in between and behind and up above and underneath all this, with the music. The music keeps me well-rounded on the weekend, because you got to have yourself a cocktail once in a while, right?
What about you, Andy?
You got to break out.
My day job, well, let's see. I own some apartment buildings, so you could call me your friendly neighborhood rock and roll landlord.
Yeah, right.
So
Nice.
I've got some vacancies right now, so if you give me a call, if you want to rent
Michael
an apartment.
Anthony Realty.
We'll talk about the rent.
So Michael Anthony will come pick up the rent. That's wild. All right, the band is Van Halen. It is the world's most authentic tribute to Van Halen. Just watching the videos, it's incredible. If you want the whole thing,
Thank you.
Go to the Mill tonight, Granite City, 7 o'clock, 1311 20th Street. You guys are amazing. You sounded great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mayor Mike, what are we going on in Granite City?
Yeah, it's a revitalization of our downtown. Come down and see it. Be a good show tonight. We got a bunch of new shows coming up, and the one thing I request from you LA guys is go find Stan Kroenke for us and give him a good message.
Yeah!
Don't ever come back to St. Louis.
No, you're not welcome here.
Hey, listen, we went through it first, right? We lost the ramps to you guys. Now we got them back. So I can feel you, but I don't feel you that much.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Van Halen. Woo. All right, 9:14. Thursday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. Experience the thrill of nitro-fueled racing at the NHRA Midwest Nationals. Come see your favorite drag racers at WWT Raceway from September 27th to September 29th. Highways are clear. Looking for now. Your point forecast hotter and a bit more humid. High at 91. Right now it's 77 at the Point Studio.
Mega Millions jackpot is now up to $740 million. Anybody get in on the office pool?
No, I don't do that. But I think I'm going to go buy a ticket today.
Oh, really? Huh? Gonna jump in?
Yeah, I followed this horoscope account on Instagram, and yesterday it said something about my future fortunes.
Oh, so you think it's a sign?
And I had a premonition earlier this year that I'm going to win the lottery. And so I think after the show today, I'm going to go to my local gas stop and I'm going to purchase my first ever Mega Millions lottery.
Do you know how to do it?
I don't know how to do a damn thing, but I'm going to go and I'm going to let fate guide me. And whoever the person working the register is, I'm going to say, how's this work? And I'm going to pick my numbers.
Just ask for the Are you going to pick your numbers or you do the quick pick?
I'm going to picking my numbers.
Oh, you're going to pick your own numbers?
I follow numerology. I have a lot of special numbers
So
in my
can you
life.
tell me what the numbers are?
No, I cannot.
Yeah, I wanna Why? know.
Because I don't want anybody else picking these numbers. I'll tell you after we're done, and we'll see if our numbers matched. How about that? And then we'll be best friends.
Is there a 7 in it?
No.
Can you tell me one number?
No.
Is there a 4 in it?
How many numbers do you pick?
Is there 4 in it, guys?
How many numbers in the Mega Millions?
Is it 5 and then the Mega Million ball?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you pick a different sequence of 5 numbers, right? Each time, and you can do that
There's
for
a
how
lot
much?
of numbers you can pick.
It's 5 numbers, and then you have to pick the mega ball as well, I believe.
How much does it cost? $10 per line?
2, I think, right?
The Mega Ball's 42, right? Because that's the answer to life.
I think I'm gonna pick a lot. I'm gonna do $50 worth of Mega Millions today.
Damn.
Holy
$50?
smokies.
It's the first time I've ever done it. I'm gonna go big.
Go all in. You've been saving up.
And let us review again what happens if you win.
So
I will buy you each a nice gift.
So $740 million with the cash option.
That's a dangerous move, by the way.
So if you take the cash, it is 366.3 mil.
Cool.
The next drawing is tomorrow at 10 p.m. And how much is it a ticket? $2?
So I'll get 25 options here. $2 a ticket.
Hey, can I
$2
ask?
a ticket? I don't
It's
know.
a
I don't
buck
know.
a play.
You say you're
It's
going
a
to give.
buck a pick.
You say you're
So
going to
if
give.
you get $50, you get 50 picks.
Are you sure?
It used to be. I mean, unless it's changed.
Inflation. See, you say you're going to give us all gifts. The same gift?
No, I'll pick out a
Wow.
gift for each of you. You don't get to pick what they
That's
get.
how you
Can
get
I
hated.
get the gift of my mortgage being paid
Wow.
off?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, that's
a play now.
that's when we
You're with
find
Kevin
out.
Putney, right? So you only have so many years left. So that
Yeah.
actually might be a good option.
That's where we find out the hierarchy of her love. That's such a
Right.
dangerous game to play. Mm-hmm. You went from love.
I would get everybody I know something. I'd get you all a gift.
Oh, we can't pick?
No. What? You so greedy.
I would say
Yes.
give the same gift to everybody.
And you know what? If I win the Mega Millions, my 40th birthday party, I'm going to shut down the streets of St. Louis.
Oh, it's going
and
to be.
have
Well,
a
now you know
huge
the mayor of
party.
Granite City, so I'm sure you can have the
I'll shut
entire
down
city if you want.
Yeah.
You want an entire city? Granite City is yours for the night.
Oh, man.
That's a hell of a 40th.
I feel good. There's like a raging great energy inside of me. I feel like I'm going to win.
So I feel like you will too. I'm just trying to get a better gift.
So, yes, tomorrow drawing for the Mega Millions at 10 p.m. Only 2 people have won the Mega Millions jackpot this year so far. So this time last year, there were 8 Mega Millions winners.
Wow.
So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
People ain't
Going to play the numbers.
You
not
can do
playing
this
the right
anywhere.
numbers.
Mega Millions are sold everywhere. I really just don't know. I'm kind of an idiot.
Go
without
across the
this.
street to the gas station across the street.
All right. Cool. That's where I'm going to go.
That parking lot is a pain in the ass.
You know what? You're
honestly.
right. Actually, there's a better gas station near my house that I
Go
actually
by your
love.
house.
It's very clean.
Yeah, but maybe the parking lot being a pain in the ass, maybe that plays into the universe's way of saying, like, you got to work for it.
You need to work
a
for
bit.
it? Because that parking lot over there, I don't know if you've ever gotten gas across the street.
He doesn't know what to do now, dude.
It's Thunderdome. Is Mercury in retrograde?
Yeah, we are in a retrograde.
Oh, woo, man.
And also, we're in Virgo season, so shout out to all the Virgos of the world.
Ooh, man.
Which is a grounding season. It's an earth sign. And we're about ready to be in Aquarius, you guys, and it's huge. Actually,
It's
right
the
now,
age of
The
Aquarius.
age of Aquarius.
big
Write a song about
celestial things are happening in the universe right now. And
Okay.
great fortune of abundance is coming to all of us in some capacity.
Oh,
Heck yeah,
good
man.
fortune. I could
look
take some
forward
of
to
that.
my gift.
All right, Moon.
Yeah.
Let's get some emails, and then we'll get to sports.
Okay.
RizShow1057thepoint.com.
Emails brought to you by Class Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. Entertainment reviews. Did I miss the guy who slipped another female a note at the pool? Because didn't he call to explain his side of the story? I don't remember hearing it. What the heck happened? Sent
What
from my
happened with that
iPhone,
guy?
Jeff.
Rafe.
I sent the guy a message, and I issued my first ever live on the air number 2 show gauntlet challenge for Jeremy to call in. I have not heard anything yet. I will continue to try to reach out to him. He did call in, left a message, left his phone number on the hotline. I did say if he didn't call me by the end of the week, I would put his number out live on the air.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't think legally we can do that.
All right.
Okay.
So, maybe I was a little aggressive.
That's a bit aggressive.
No,
yes.
I did not say that. I did say it, but I didn't mean it.
Jeremy's his name? Jeremy. The guy allegedly who slipped a note at a church picnic to a
Hot mom with a wife and kids, with a husband and kids.
Rafe's looking for you, pal.
Yeah, bud. You left a message. You opened the door. You cracked the lid to Pandora's box, bud. I want to get your side of the story out there. I suspended my judgment on the Poople's court, and I'm willing to hear your side. So call in.
Okay. Next.
Dudes, I listen to you folks every day. I love you.
Thanks.
Most importantly, I hone in on when you all chat about shows and feedback. Which I take as gospel, and you're usually pretty accurate.
Oh, boy. What did we get wrong?
Yet I
What
haven't
did
heard
you not
anybody
like?
chat about Gangs of London on Netflix. This show is friggin' incredible. It's a combination of Peaky Blinders and Breaking Bad, only with insanely well-done excessive action scenes. This made up for House of Dragon's recent letdown, for me anyway. Enjoy. Love you guys, 3 out of 5 stars. Riz and Moon, any comments you have on shows are almost always spot on. Just saying.
But
Best
he did
regards,
not like House of Dragons, though.
Nicole, she.
She did not like House of Dragons, though.
She just said there was a recent letdown, which I understand what she's saying. The last episode was just a tease for next season.
Okay.
It was hard. It was still a great show, but yeah, she's.
I never even heard of this show, this London show.
Gangs of New York, Gangs of London, on Netflix.
I gotta be real with y'all. I'm about ready to cancel Netflix.
You're out?
Dude, it's so up and down.
It is so up and down.
I'm with you.
Tim loves it. He watches Seinfeld. That's the only reason we have it.
But Seinfeld's on Comedy Central half of the day.
We don't have cable.
I don't like cable.
I don't like cable. I will say the new Adam Sandler special that came out last Friday is excellent, and I've never seen a special done like this one.
But they just tease you with those little bitty drops of
I know.
drugs. Netflix is the least value.
Same.
For sure.
Can we have an apartment? Because HBO Max is my go-to. It has all the. Are you on board with this?
It's the best bang for the buck. It's
And
the
it's got
best
Chip
bang for the
Crazy.
buck.
Yeah, but I won't be watching that. And I want to get Paramount Plus. I want to get Amazon Prime. I want to do Apple TV. And I want to take the money that we are wasting on Netflix away. And I would like to put that towards a new streamer. But Tim always threatens that if that goes, then so does HBO Max.
Amazon Prime is the second least valuable.
Is this you asking me for a password
Help.
and a username?
No, this is me I want bro help. What do I do when your husband won't?
They have it.
Do you have Hulu?
Your Paramount Plus that you gifted to us, which is very nice of you,
Temporarily.
doesn't always load on our, and I think it's because they know that we're slackers. So we can't ever watch anything on it.
My son gave my Hulu account information to somebody, and they have now created their own account.
Oh, cool. So Derek from...
No, it's Lucia. I'm
She
like,
got comfy.
That's a cool name.
I open up my Hulu, and it's like, you got to click on the profile.
Right.
And it's like, it says Dad, Lucia,
No.
Roseanne, because she's got my...
Cute.
And then Amelia. I'm like, who is Lucia?
I created
That's
a Lauren
incredible.
account on my mom's Hulu, and then my stepdad has just been watching my account. So he'll go in, and I'm like, Jerry.
Same. I created one for my mom, and she watches mine, and then it screws up my whole
Yes.
algorithm.
Use your own profile.
I didn't watch 17 episodes of Little House on the Prairie. I don't remember that.
Use your own profile.
What else do you have? You have Hulu?
Yeah, well, I do because of my mom being so generous.
What about Peacock?
Hulu's value
With
has
Peacock,
stepped up.
with
Peacock's
commercials.
okay.
What's Jerry watching on your account?
Oh, God.
What's he getting into these days?
He actually watches what I watch. Like, I want to say he was watching all the Kardashian episodes, like, after I would watch it.
Funny.
Nice.
Yeah, Jerry's fun.
Next.
Hey, Moon, I'm emailing you to help me separate the artist from the art, as only I know that you can understand. But I wanted to read this in here instead of just responding, because I want to hear what you guys think. Do the remaining band members gain any money, merit, or notoriety if I listen to Last Train Home on YouTube? Obviously, he's talking about...
Lost Profits?
Lost Profits. Or am I just gifting money to a monster? Thanks. Team
The
Riz
Lost
number
Profits, if you don't know, it was a fairly popular band in the early 2000s.
Yeah, loved him.
Yeah, we...
I had them on the air when I was doing middays a bunch. Had a couple pretty big songs in the alternative rock world. Lead singer turns out to be a monster of the highest caliber.
Yep.
A rapist, child molester.
Yes.
I mean, the worst of the worst.
Yes. Deserves to be locked up to rot away forever.
Right.
Which he will be.
Yep.
Yes.
Which you will be.
And he's not had a great time in jail either.
One of the only bands I saw at Mississippi Nights was Lost Prophets. Caught a drumstick that night. Loved them. And then when all this came out, I trashed all of it. I haven't listened to that band since
I haven't either.
went to jail.
Here's the second part of the tragedy. Obviously, the real tragedy is everyone who was harmed by this guy. And I think it was like a crazy meth bender and all this. And this guy got so deep in drugs and all this with these gals, with the kids, and all sorts of stuff, which is obviously tragedy A. Tragedy B is that his band members had nothing to do with any of it. And they're all really good guys. I know them well. I toured with them many times. Greek Fire shared a merch tent with these guys on Warped. We took them on our biggest tour, and they were going to take us on tour in the UK. These guys are great dudes. I'm not talking about Ian. I'm talking about the other dudes. Really genuine dudes that are totally not only just out of a job, but the rug was ripped out where everybody's now abandoned the band in every way.
Wow.
Yeah, it's collateral damage.
It's collateral damage. And these are dudes that were like working hard, and they were doing a side project with Jeff Rickley, and like,
who's Jeff Rickley?
He's from Thursday. And it was just, I don't know, man. I just feel bad. So here's what I would say. A, what's he going to use anything that's going to his estate in jail for? So if there actually is any money to be made, and you'd be surprised, there's nothing out there. I have hundreds and hundreds of millions of streams, and I get $100 a year from Spotify.
Right.
So it's not like we're talking about a fortune if you're going to look up their music and listen to it. I would say do it for the sake of the other band members, because it took a lot of people to make that art. It was really cool. And the singer's not going to... It's not like this bad guy who got away with something and is out there reaping the benefits of.
Oh well, it still is on Spotify. I thought it wasn't on Spotify.
No, it
anymore.
is. You know what, Moon? What do you think the chances are? Because I think you're right about the band members. I think that they're collateral damage, but in this day and age, I think they should change the name, redo those songs with a new singer, new vibe to it, 2024 it out.
Because probably this guy wrote some of that stuff too. So
screw it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, he'd still
he's
get the
locked
writing.
away.
He'd still get the writing credits.
Well, maybe rewrite it and then kind of move on into a new realm.
that's called forming another band.
That's probably a good idea.
I'd love to see those
Found
guys
profits.
not be. I don't want that to be their resolution, because they had nothing to do with those crimes and that monster.
Scott was on that tour, and nobody knew him very well. He stayed to himself. And
But he was cool. He'd go out in front of the bus and lay down in a chair and had that aluminum foil thing so he gets the sun on his face.
It's an
It looked
unfortunate
awesome.
situation.
He suntanned like it was the 70s.
Yeah.
But like
the man is rotting away in jail, which
Dude,
is where he belongs.
And his keyboard player, like just before all this, I think he was the one that was attacked by the cougar in Griffith Park. Remember?
like
They
like a hot older woman?
No,
Dude, she was mean.
No, an actual freaking mountain lion. He almost died. Like he only had one earbud in, and that's what he credits saving his life, because he was running up this dirt trail, and he heard something behind him out of the ear that didn't have the earbud, and he turned, and this thing was jumping towards him. And it just happened to graze him like this because he turned. But that thing would have been on his back, on his neck, and killed him easy had he not just turned at the very last second. So it was like this crazy scenario. So it's like, I just want to see that guy get something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what those guys are up to now, but like...
It'd be cool to know what they are up to.
Yeah, the two that we kind of got...
Maybe they're on other bands now. Maybe they're working behind the scenes. I
should try to find out. The two
Surprised
that we
there's
got
not
close
a
to were
civil
nice.
suit where his royalties go to like the victim's family.
I'm sure.
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe they do. Like somebody
It
innocent
says
out
no
there.
on. I just looked it up on the internet, and it doesn't say anything about it. In fact, it says he's up for parole in 2031, which is crazy.
That's
to me.
unreal.
That's
That
not
is
gonna.
insane.
I mean,
There's
it's
no way that's
like baby rape.
Right.
There's no way that's going to happen, right? Because he just got busted with a phone in his keister.
Yeah, he owes all sorts of people in prison money.
Yeah, it was like getting his ass kicked for things. Like he's
He almost got
causing.
killed.
He's causing enough trouble in there. I think he'll be there forever.
Okay, on a lighter note. Off that for a second. Somebody's asking us to rank all the streaming services. Let's see if we get a consensus here going. What's number one? Is it Max?
Bang for buck, it's Max. It may not be the best overall, but as far as like content for dollars, that matters.
No, I'm actually going to say Hulu, because Max is in Hulu, so you actually get two,
I don't
right?
know, man.
Oh, it is?
I think
Yes.
Netflix, they got all those good. They got good
Still pay for
documentaries.
it.
Yeah, you still have to pay for
I
it.
know, but you're getting 2 for a better price.
Netflix is gaslighting you, brother. I'm telling you, they're
Yeah.
they're
I know, it's
manipulating
got all
you
that
into
untold
thinking.
stuff.
They haven't done anything good since
Tiger King.
Tiger King.
They're giving you just enough drugs to keep you
Netflix?
hooked.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Here's what Netflix is, and the reason no one will get rid of it. It is quantity over quality.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it's gaslighting.
Cobra
They just
Kai.
put
How's it
there's so
gaslighting
much
me?
crap on it. None of it is, as far as like original programming goes, it's not that great. But it's like they just have everything. So it's like a little. It's like it really is the golden corral of streaming services. You're like, you can eat as much as you want. Nobody's messing with you. But you're not going to find, it's not the quality of.
That's not 5 stars.
It's not. It's just
It's
not.
not 5-star
not.
dining.
It's not, and it never has
Can
been.
we put Netflix at number 2 then?
I still
No,
say
I think
it's
it's
3.
3.
No, it's
I
not
think
3.
Best in
I
is
will not.
3.
No.
Hulu has done such a great job.
Hulu's number 1 for me. Netflix 2.
No.
Max 3.
No. It goes Hulu, and if you're dividing them up, Max.
You got to divide them up.
Okay, fine. It's Max, Hulu, Netflix. Oh,
Apple TV Plus for the price. 'cause
I
it's
watch
cheap.
the least on that. On
I do.
Apple.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like one
so,
show
but it's
on it.
cheaper than everything else. And every single
We're
time
not,
they.
we're
Apple
not
is
putting price
seasonal.
into it.
How does do you not spend money? Price of course is a
Yeah, Apple's hard.
Straight
Apple's
entertainment.
Season. It's Apple season.
what?
Apple has like 3 good shows, but they don't put out much. They're quality over quantity,
But
but
when
that
they
hurts
do,
them.
it's spectacular. The movies that they drop
It
and
is,
the
but you
shows.
got to pay the monthly.
Yeah, but you're paying less. You're paying like a quarter of what you're paying for Netflix.
Apple is actually like an Apple store. It's very empty. Like it's not a lot of content.
But it's
Yeah,
all the best.
yeah.
But
Spread out.
when they do it well, they do it amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why if
Where's
there's a good
Disney?
show on there, I watch it. But
Disney
it's
is
not turning that on. I'm
Disney
not turning
is
that on.
4 for me. Number 4. And then Peacock, and then Netflix.
I like Peacock right
Netflix that low? I don't think we're ever.
Peacock's underrated, I think.
now. It is underrated.
I was going to bring that up.
And that's cheaper too, right? That's only
Yeah.
$6 or something.
And I do that with the commercials because I
I do
It's
too.
loaded.
And I have it for sports for EPL.
All right.
Hey.
We'll never find a solution.
And real quick, if you're gonna not listen to Lost Profits because of that, then you can't listen to Michael Jackson, Chuck Berry.
brand new.
But, I mean, there's
Marilyn Manson.
I mean, you're gonna have a long list. It's like when the Baptists tried to boycott Disney, and then when you're like, well, they own ESPN, they're like, well, that's not the same.
Yeah. Get the hell out of here.
It is.
I mean, you can't put Lost Prophets and Michael Jackson in the same category as far as entertainment goes. I don't know. A lot of people turn a blind eye to Michael Jackson, but
I'm
R.
just
Kelly.
saying, you don't get to
R.
cherry.
Kelly is banned.
You don't get to cherry pick your morals. If you're gonna stand
Yes,
on a
you
principle,
do.
you stand on it.
You do get to cherry pick your morals because we're humans and that's what we do.
Lady Gaga had a song with R. Kelly that she actually did re-record, and I believe now if you go to Apple and try and get that song, it has it doesn't have R. Kelly in it anymore.
Oh, really?
Because after he got sentenced, she was like, I'm re-recording this.
Listen, I can't explain it, but sometimes you're like, okay, like Michael Jackson, fine, I turn on Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you make exceptions.
You make exceptions. I don't know why. I can't tell you why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. And I like Netflix. So
There's no conviction there.
do I know why? I don't know.
Because you're in bed with Tiger King, dude.
That's right.
Yeah,
All right,
dude.
listen, we got to take one final break. We'll come back, wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango's next. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Tonight, join me and Kerry Davis, who will be my arch enemy at kickoff. Kerry Davis from the Fast Lane, very nice guy. Super Bowl champion Kerry Davis.
He's the best.
We'll be both at the Hot Shots in St. Charles starting at 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, 6:30. Watch some Chiefs football with us. Kick off of the NFL season out there with Bud Light. Win some prizes. That's tonight. Hot Shot St. Charles, 6:30 to 8:30. Brought to you by Bud Light.
Kerry's the best until about 7:20 today, and then he's the freaking
the
worst.
worst.
He's the
Freaking
enemy, and the
worst.
Steelers suck.
Yeah. Today's podcast is titled.
Today it's titled "I Live in a Turd Cavern."
Hey, big thanks to Van Halen. See them tonight at the Mill in Granite City. All your David Lee Roth era Van Halen hits tonight in Granite City. Hey, big thanks to the mayor.
Yeah.
Mike Parkinson for coming by.
That was awesome.
Very cool.
All right, what else, Moon?
I have a few things. Peace and love, peace and love. Follow the Teenage Dirtbags Band. That's on Facebook and Instagram for all the dates that we have coming up in the next month and a half. People were asking, which town, what time, all that kind of stuff. All the details are always up there. Soccer 101 podcast. We had a big weekend last weekend over the LA Galaxy. We've got another, a couple big weekends coming up throughout September. So we are doing an episode today, a little bit of Tim Parker news, just kind of his reactions to him being sent to New England, and then some other details on St. Louis City SC. That podcast will come out this afternoon.
All right, great. Thank you, Moon. Lern.
Just follow me at Lern versus Radio. Would love to interact with you. Had a lot of people reaching out about horoscope readings and whatnot, and I'm down for all that conversation.
All right. Rafe Williams.
Sweet. Yeah, I am Rafe Williams on all the things, and don't forget September 14th. If you want to jump out of an airplane, you can sign up at stlskydive.com, and you can get a free. One person is going to get to jump for free. So go on there and fill out the application form, and I'll.
Would you call it a free fall?
Ooh. Get a free fall.
Okay.
Get a free fall.
Parachute included?
You had a free fall before? Doubt it. So do it.
Scott.
Yeah, you can follow me at King Scott Rules, and if you want to talk about telescopes, let me know.
Right on.
Okay.
I'll be hitting you up later.
All right, horoscopes and telescopes.
Let me know.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Riz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Again, see me and Kerry Davis tonight, starting at 6:30 at the Hot Shots in St. Charles. From Festus, Missouri, Tom Galzinski is our Team Riz Member of the Day. And Tom, wants to hear the song. Here it is. See you tomorrow. It's on the next. Bye.